I think it's a great competition to sort of bring a national scale to all of our NPL clubs so we can face each other and versus A-League teams.
In 12 years I've been there, I've seen the club progress rapidly, but to see the club participate interstate against 32 other teams now, it'll be quite a sight.
I look at it's a competition that we highly value as a club. We see it as an opportunity to get on the national stage. We're a relatively new club, and it's something that we've taken serious in the last few years, definitely while I've been here. And the players obviously responding in the right way as well, and they see the importance of it.
Oh, it'll be huge for the club. I mean, we've been in the Premier League now for 6 years. We need a bit of silverware. We've commenced our new club rooms, $3.5 million worth of club rooms. It'll be nice to put a trophy in that trophy cabinet in the new club rooms as well. So yeah, it'll be fantastic for all the kids and the parents as well, who'll be a part of the club for a while.
Oh, very proud. You play to win. You've obviously put a good squad together to win things, and that's where the club wants to go. So playing the FA Cup and hopefully winning the final puts you on the national stage, and that's where you want to be.
We're a proud club. We've been around for a long time, and we've had a bit of success in the last 6 years with a few trophies here or there, and it's an enjoyable day for everybody that's involved. You work hard from day one. The sponsors, the people working behind the scenes, and these are sort of the games that you come out and everyone has a great day for.
Since Mark's been here and myself, this is our 5th trophy we're going for. I think winning the prelim finals and the smiles on people's faces is priceless, and it's a reward not just for the players but the supporters, but the people behind the scenes that are here day in, day out. I think that's the reward that the players give us.
Yeah, we've done well as a club the last 4 or so years. We're a proud club, and every year our coach says to us, there's 3 trophies that are up for grabs every year, and we want to put ourselves in the best position to compete for those cups, for those trophies, and we've done that in this competition, and we're just looking forward to the day.
It's a big cup. It's the 2 trophies that we play for during the season, so it's really important to us, and obviously you want to qualify and play on the national stage, so it's a massive game for us.
Obviously it would be a wonderful opportunity for the club, but also for the players to actually represent South Australia nationally. I think we are a club that will represent South Australia well, and also a club that has a 58-year history, so that I think is a bonus right through.
Thanks for coming out to replace my battery.
No worries. It's all part of our service. We come to you anywhere, anytime, and installation is no extra.
No way.
Way?
You get more. Call us or go to raa.com.au.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome to the 2018 FFA Cup SA Prelim Rounds Grand Final Day. And today it's the Adelaide Comets taking on the Croydon Kings for that beautiful ticket to the FFA Cup, the final 32. Can one of these two teams will be getting on the national stage. We are live here from Coopers Stadium. Sit back, enjoy and relax, or it might be edge of the seat stuff. I don't know, the premiership table doesn't really say that. But firstly, I'd like to welcome today's match day commentary team, and it's Paul Pellizzari, Tony Lascala, and our statistician who's done a great job and gets a recall, Cassandra.
A recall.
Trepiedi. It's a very good afternoon to you. Firstly, Tony.
Good afternoon, Paul. I'm looking forward to a great match today. As we said on the table, it doesn't show that this will be a tight game, but it's a grand final and anything can happen.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, Cassandra.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
On the stats.
Done very well. And down on our boundary line, thanks to Dry Creek Auto Wreckers, it's a very good afternoon to Andrew Sperling.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome to everyone. I'm just looking back at the crowd here. It's a wonderful crowd here at Hindmarsh, so at Coopers Stadium.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to a big day today, although, as we said, the premiership table doesn't really reflect that, but we'll talk about the game very shortly. But firstly, we'd like to acknowledge some of our other match day sponsors that have made this broadcast possible for you guys at home or wherever you may be watching or listening, also through Adelaide Web Radio.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. And the Boundary Rider today is brought to you by Dry Creek Auto Wreckers, 310 at Cormac Road, Wingfield, Adelaide Wrecking Yard, stocking second-hand and rebuilt parts. So go and see them there at Cormac Road, Wingfield. Top Goal Scorer of the Year award brought to you by the OAS Group. OAS Group provides a range of construction, building, design and renovation. Go and see Ryan Marveggio, Anthony Di Bartolomeo and Diego Barbaro are the professionals to help you build your dream home. Stats brought to you by Chemist King Hectorville. It's 84 Bibbin Road, Hectorville. Go and see Michael Orcello for the range of pharmaceutical products.
Thank you.
There's a couple more there. Around the ground scores brought to you by West Beach Pizza Bar.
Won't be doing that today, Tony.
699 Burbridge Road, West Beach. Go and see them for their delicious pizzas. And Player of the Year award brought to you by the LSA Live Streaming Australia Group. If you're looking for live streaming your sports events, corporate functions or business seminars, go and see the team there at LSA Live Streaming Australia.
Okay, I might have actually just increased your volume, sorry, Cassandra.
Yep.
Let me see if I can do spells is down there. You've also got your little thing down there that you could adjust yourself, spells. He's got it full book, fair enough, okay. Let's have a look at the road for these two teams. Firstly at the Comets, we'll see their road to this grand final today. There you are up on screen, and once again, it's a very warm welcome to our listeners through Adelaide Web Radio. For those of you that don't want to use too much data on your phones or your smart devices, of course, we are going live through Facebook, live through YouTube. Of course, YouTube quality a little bit better, Tony, and not those little pop-up little messages that come up on Facebook. So if you want an uninterrupted view of this game in a slightly better quality, I'd personally be watching it on YouTube. But if you're worried about data, Adelaide Web Radio. How do you get Adelaide Web Radio? Go to the TuneIn app on your smart device and search Adelaide Web Radio. Download it, keep it, and you can listen to this game as we go live. Now let's have a look at the road to the final for the Adelaide Comets. Firstly, easy work of Sturt Lyon there, of course. Sturt Lyon bottom of our game. Then of course West Adelaide was probably more challenging for them in a Greek derby. They're getting up 1-0. And then of course beating Adelaide City on penalties. So a fairly hard road for the Comets. And of course, well, Cumberland, with all due respect, although I'll say
3-2.
3-2, yeah, and a 90th minute winner there for Welshie. So where you at least expect it, that's what happened to the Comets on their road. Any surprises in those results, any of you guys?
Not really. I mean, the Adelaide City game would have been a great game. It's gone to penalties. I mean, and that can go either way. But I think they've done well, the Comets, to get there. A tough game against West Adelaide also. And also, maybe Cumberland, that wasn't an easy game itself. As the teams come out.
Yeah, I agree. Bit of a tough run there, especially against Adelaide City.
Okay, let's have a look at the road for the Croydon Kings. Their road to the final started there against the Para Hills Knights, and of course 2-2 there with the Para Hills Knights, and getting through on penalties. Metro Stars, this would have been their result of the round, I think, beating Metro Stars 2-1. And Radici, the goal scorer in those previous two games, as you see, isn't playing today, so a big loss for them, and we'll go through those lineups very shortly. But I think we are going to stop for the national anthem very shortly. But before we do that, they accounted for the Blue Eagles 3-1. And
Modbury Jets.
Modbury Jets.
Tough game.
1-0. Yeah, Modbury Jets, of course, top of the second division.
Right up there.
And a hard game for them. We'll quickly go through the team lineups, time permitting. Just before, just want to make sure that we don't have that national anthem spells. You'll probably be able to let us know when that's about to happen.
I will, mate. Can I just, I think Croydon have brought in a guy from Berks this week as well.
We'll go through those lineups. Adelaide Comets will come up on screen there for you. Julian Torres, the goalkeeper for the Adelaide Comets, wearing the number 4, Tom Dittmar. Number 5, Adam Lecornu. Number 9, Andreas Weens. Number 11, Thomas Briscoe. 14, Nathan Anianto. 15, Stefan Simic. 16, Stefan Travaglione. 18, Terence Carter. 21, Shane Tobias. The captain, number 22, Alan Welsh. That's the starting 11 for the Adelaide Comets.
And for the Croydon Kings.
Hang on, I'll just go through the reserves, Tony. And the reserves for the Adelaide Comets, number 6, Connor Gollan. Number 8, Theo Balomenos. 12, Matthew Bore. 23, Mitch Nicholson. And the reserve keeper, George Savudis, number 31.
And for the Croydon Kings.
Anthem just going on in the southwest corner there, boys.
Yep.
The choir.
Nicely done. I think they worked out that the music and the time travel and wind didn't all sort of mix in, did they? They sorted it in the end. Very good work. Sorry, Tony. You
That's all right. We'll go to the Croydon Kings now. In goals, Nicholas Munro. Number 2, John Panagaris. Number 5, James Skeffington. Number 7, Alassane Toure. Number 8, Rocco Visconti. Number 10, Luke Klimek. Number 11, Patrick Caraccia. Number 14, Peter Mercurio. Number 16, Adam Martinello. Number 17, Dominic Costanzo. And number 18, Jared Brazali. And number 13, Joseph Ambessagar. On the bench, we have number 4, Kieran Stokes. Number 6, Guy Miller. Number 9, Nicola Intieri. Number 21, Patrick Pietrosanti.
Okay, we saw the lineup, or the way these two teams got to the grand final today. It is the 2018 FFA Cup South Australian preliminary rounds grand final today. The winner, well, today gets a ticket to the national stage, the FFA Cup, the final 32. Can't ask for more than that, apart from a bit of silverware in the cupboard as well that one of these two teams will take home today. Just looking at their form, just on a quick prediction, gee whiz, everything points to the Adelaide Comets, but the grand stage, the Croydon Kings love the grand stage.
They do.
And they have got not a bad record against the Comets, but I'll put my neck out on the line with $1.45 Comets and $5.50 the Croydon Kings. I'm going the safe bet, the Comets, Tony.
You're going the safe bet. Two ways to look at this. The positive for Comets is that they've got a full repertoire and a full team to look to, and they're favourites. But the negative is that they'll be under pressure because they're expected to win this game. The positives for Croydon, I guess, are that they've been here before. They've won the big game. They were champions last year, Paul. We know they can win finals, but the negatives are they've got a lot of players out.
That's right. Radici, a big one for Croydon, so I'm going to go with the Comets today.
And down to you, Spells, thanks to Dry Creek Auto Wreckers.
Yeah, and just to follow with Croydon, it just hasn't been quite going right for him. D'Alfonso's got an ACL. Abitude's got a broken wrist. Radici's got an adductor. You know, it's just that they're trying to restock and be as strong as they can for this, but it's just the pennies haven't fallen their way. However, You know, as you said, it's a blustery old day down here. I think the Comets have been building for 2 or 3 years for this, and they want this. So even though I've had a slight little couple of bucks on the Kings, I'll go with the Comets.
And why wouldn't you at $5.50? And of course the Comets 2 years ago, Tony, against Metro Stars. You know, a young club in comparison to the Croydon Kings. Here's their chance to come of age, dare we say. So we're just about in readiness for kick-off here, the 2018 FFA Cup South Australian Prelim Finals Grand Final. And for those of you watching through Facebook Live and YouTube Live, Comets in their black and blue strip with the black shorts, black socks, and the Croydon Kings in their white tops, red shorts and white socks. And looks like it'll be the Comets that'll be kicking to right of screen, and the Croydon Kings will be going to the scoreboard end, left of screen.
And it looks like it will be the Comets to take this kick-off. Weens and Briscoe over the ball. The referee blows the whistle and gets the final underway. Comets go forward. Looking out there. Player gets brought down. We'll be seeing the first free kick of the game. It will go to Comets on the far side. Looks like Briscoe will go over and take this kick and put instant pressure on the Croydon defence.
Just mentioning the referees as well. Daniel Cook in charge out there in the middle. Aaron Galanti, his assistant, with Nick Elegin and Christian Verdicchio, the fourth official today here at Coopers Stadium.
Will be Briscoe to take this free kick. Just waiting on the referee. This player's still down. He hasn't got up from that tackle. Now he gets up, and the referee...
Was it Carter? I think it was Carter.
Was Carter, I think. Briscoe, a short one. Cleared here by Klimek for Croydon. Goes up in the air. Here's an opportunity again for Klimek to clear this ball. Eventually it's Weens tries to go forward there. Looking for Detmar, couldn't find him. Here's Weens again. Opportunity. Briscoe. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass. Simic now with an opportunity. 2 Croydon players around him. Goes all the way back, finds Travaglione, but his pass wasn't a good one, straight into the hands of Munro, and he'll relieve the pressure for Croydon.
Any breeze to speak of, Spells? We have no flags as an indication up here today.
Yeah, no, significantly that ball was popped up in the air then and wanted to go back towards the southern end. So definitely at the moment it's Croydon's way.
Carachia with possession of the ball.
Comets way.
Plays it back to Skeffington. Under pressure, Visconti. Back to Skeffington. Plays it up to Panagaris now. Croydon into attack, although they retreat a little bit. Visconti switches the play, goes to the far side. It's Martinello out there. Up the line. And it's been taken off him. Good still. Anianto now for the Comets going over the halfway line. Weens the target, but getting in the way. Good intercept by Ambassador. And he'll play it out for the safety of the line on the far side.
And that's the boy from Burks. Cleared during the week. Ambassador.
And Comets into attack. Far side of the ground. 2.5 minutes gone, 0-0.
Anianto goes short, finds his player there in Welsh. Here's an opportunity now for Comets to get the ball over. Looking for Simic. It won't reach him. Croydon should clear. Visconti gets brought down, but the referee allows play to go on. Here's Simic. Takes a shot. Back post. Here's an opportunity for Comets. Can they get a shot on? And gee, that was a great opportunity. Carter should have probably put that one away.
Let's have a look at the replay. How wasn't that a goal? Simic did well just to lay off the player a little bit, then had a shot. It was deflected. Fortuitously, it came to Carter. Just about tripped over the ball and made a meal of it in the end. Good pressure by Brazzali, I think it was, and it was Brazzali. That would have been a certain goal for the Comets. Here you are in a close-up slow-mo replay, which just went off the screen. But yeah, Brazzali, very timely intercept. Comets almost on the board. Ball up to the halfway line now. Not very well controlled. Mercurio now for the Comets. He goes wide to the far side. Torre now. He's got some speed, but he's got some pressure as well coming from Anianto. And Anianto did well to win the throw in there for the Comets. They're in their defensive half. Early good signs the Comets' way. Hot favourites today to win this grand final, Federation Cup, and of course ticket gets them to the FFA Cup Final 32, chance on the national stage.
I think Torreson, that was a free kick after all that, Paul. Torreson takes it. Looking up there for one of his strikers. Weens tries to get to the ball. Probably won't do so.
Captain Clemic. Second foul this afternoon, Cassandra?
Second foul, correct. Thanks to Chemist King Hectorville.
The ball goes out and it will be a corner. Briscoe to take it. Thomas Briscoe, right footer in swinging. Goes far post, looking up there for Weens. Goes to the back post. Ditmar gets it back in. Croydon will clear this. Toure now on the ball. He's got Comets players all around him. Tries to find Karacha. Gets to the ball. Patrick Caraccia, as Paul would call him. I'm not sure which one it is. We'll find out. Here's an opportunity now for Skeffington. Over the ball. Tries to play a 1-2 with Mercurio. Doesn't come off. Goes out wide. Finds Visconti. Goes in board to Skeffington. Visconti, good ball! Looking up there for Toure, won't find him. Skeffington, can he get a shot on? No, he can't.
Gee, they got in each other's way.
Eventually they clear the ball. They did get in each other's way, and it will be Carter. Looks for Weens. Weens try to get it back to Carter. Can't do so. It'll be Croydon to clear the ball.
Croydon now in the middle of the park. Rocco Visconti has the ball. Finds Mercurio. He finds Caraccia. He's at the tip of the box. The angle they're against him as he's getting pushed towards the line. Needs support. Toure's there if he wants him. That's the way it goes. Toure comes in board. Gee, a challenge from behind, but the ball's still in place as the referee and still alive. And gee, a little chip through. Not very effective and rolls through to Torrenson's hands. Picks up now. But good signs by Croydon, not letting themselves be overrun by the highly fancied Comets today.
As Torreson gets a long ball forward, looking up there for Weens. Cleared there by Croydon. As Croydon get a long ball forward, looking up there for Patrick Caraccia, but he won't get to that. And it'll be Lecornu to probably take this throw in.
Last week we saw Carter for the Comets, played an excellent game. Looking for a lot from him there on the far side, number 18 for the Comets. But it's Anianto to take the throw in. Play being held up for a bit. Spells, have you seen these early minutes by your fancy Croydon Kings?
Yeah, well, pretty even sort of start. So, again, we always know Croydon, how they just set up so strongly at the back. Panagaris and Brazzali.
They've given the ball away. Comets now in the middle of the park. It's the captain, Welsh. Centre circle. Gets pushed back. Travaglione. Further back to Ditmar. He switches play to Lecornu. Further wide to Anianto on the halfway line. Plays it up, looking for Carter, but ran out of line. And Cassandra, we got the stats on the man buns today. I see a couple out there, 15.
So the man bun counts for Comets from last week, so we had a few there.
They're racking them up.
It'll be Croydon now.
Panagaris.
With some time, Panagaris, grandstand side, goes in board looking for Caraccia. Won't find him. Good work there by Patrick Caraccia just to put a little bit of pressure. Visconti goes back to Panagaris. He'll go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Munro now with some time. Squares the ball.
Martinello, good
Martinello, he played a great game.
Yeah,
saw him a couple of
right,
weeks ago, Paul. I was very impressed with him. It was Para Hills I saw him against, and did a very, very good job, Martinello.
Didn't he come on as a sub that day and held his own very well?
Definitely.
Of course, the son of Dennis Martinello, played in goals for Adelaide City in the day. As captain Klimek now finds Visconti. The Croydon Kings have possession of the ball. Skeffington, little touch to Visconti, goes back to Panagaris. They're on the halfway line in their defensive half. So good pressing by the Comets. Skeffington trying to get forward for Croydon, but goes backwards. And Brazzali now in his own defensive half goes wide to Martinello. Plays it up the line to Toure, back to Martinello. Martinello looks up, keeps it himself, goes backwards to Klimek. Only on the halfway line, Croydon. Now they go the long searching ball, but it's been cut out. Visconti wins possession back for the Croydon Kings. They're into attack. Grandstand side, hugging the boundary line and going over the line.
Free kick, I think it is, Paul.
Free kick to the Croydon Kings.
And they've done well so far. They're certainly holding their own. They're not allowing the Comets to bully them around, and it will be Skeffington to take this free kick for Croydon.
Got Visconti right in the middle of the park for him today too. He's
and
just that
he
link
makes
man.
a huge difference, doesn't
Huge.
he, Andrew? As Skeffington gets ready to take this free kick. Looking back post there, won't find Toure. The ball will be cleared. Here's Karachia now. Can he get a shot in or a cross? She just about gets brought down there. Karachia, 2 players. Unfortunately for him, he ran out of turf and the ball goes out. It'll be a goal kick here. Torreson for Comets will take this. It's been a good first 9 minutes of this game.
I think you're right about that pressure factor. Croydon have got nothing to lose, but the Comets...
well, they had a chance there in the first couple of minutes.
And that was nervous, but then give credit to Brazzali for applying that pressure. From the goal kick now, up to the halfway line, Comets into attack, but it's the man we speak of. Brazzali repels that, turns it over cheaply to the captain, Welsh. Carter now comes in ball for the Comets, but he's had the ball taken off him by the captain. Klimek now tries to release Karachia, but that's off the side of the boot and gone out of play for a Comets throw-in. Anianto to take it. Far side of the ground. Comets in their defensive half. Welcome to those listening through Adelaide Web Radio and those watching through Facebook Live and YouTube Live.
Toure now gets it to Karachia. He's got 2 players around him. Unfortunately, the pass wasn't good. Trying to find Toure there, but couldn't do so. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. Anianto to take this. Comets with an opportunity in the first couple of minutes. Couldn't convert. Here's Visconti now for Croydon. Gets it short. Here's an opportunity for Mercurio. Tries to find Skeffington. Won't do so. It should be cleared here. Dittmar over the ball. Wants players to come to him. He was calling to Simic to come to him. 3 players there. Just goes to show they're on the ball.
Well, he's dangerous, Simic.
He is a dangerous player, but Croydon were right on him. The 3 players didn't let him turn there. It'll be a throw-in here to Travaglioni from Comets. The ball goes out again. It'll be another throw-in to Comets, and we've played 11 minutes in this first half, and it's still 0-0 in a good first 10 minutes of this game, Paul.
Croydon holding their own. Very much underdogs today. The Comets, though, have the ball. Travaglioni from the throw-in. Welsh heads it in the air to no one in particular. Weens, aerial ping-pong, comes down. Visconti and Simic were going for it. It's come to Skeffington. Croydon just can't deal with it. Travaglioni, nice little touches. Simic now for the Croydon Kings. Well into attack. Has the ball in the box. Simic takes on 1, takes on 2. Tries to lay it off, and that should be cleared, and is cleared by the Croydon defence. I think it was Martinello there, just evading the danger there for the Kings. So, as Tony said, a very entertaining game, and 0-0 still in this grand final of the FFA Cup SA prelim rounds. It's taken a journey to get here, but a chance for the national stage waiting for one of these 2 teams.
And Paul, they've just got to watch Simic. They can't allow him to get into the box like that, because if they just touch him, it's easy to give away a penalty in that area. So they've really got to be careful. They can't allow him to get so deep into the penalty area. As Klimek now for Croydon gets it over and finds the player there in Josef Besigar. Is that how you say it? Besigar. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper there. That was Martinello. And Besigar now with some space in front of him. Croydon, probably the possession has been fairly even. Good ball there. Finds Mercurio to Toure. Terminello back to Toure. Mercurio to Toure. They're doing well there, Croydon. Just holding possession at the moment. But in saying that,
they're going backwards now.
They're pushing them back.
So Ambassador now for the Croydon Kings in his defensive half. Plays it short, almost a bit of a hospital ball there for Visconti, but he did well to release back to Brazzali. So Brazzali now up to the halfway line. No, retreats. Martinello goes all the way back to his keeper in Munro. So good pressing by the Comets. Still in their attacking half as Panagaris couldn't keep that ball in. And that'll be a throw-in quickly taken by the Comets. Briscoe goes back to Dittmar. Now Comets, it's their turn to build. Travaglioni goes central to Tobias. Back to Dittmar. Dittmar now back to his keeper. So good pressing by both teams. Tobias now with a bit of space goes to the far side. Lecornu needs some movement. Not much coming, so he goes back to his keeper. Torreson Short to Tobias. Still the Comets in their defensive half. Now Tobias trying to create something. Goes wide to Lecornu. Stumbles on the ball. Almost had it taken off him. Did well to keep it. Got one in the back, and that'll be a foul. Another one conceded by the Kings there, Cassandra.
Their third, so very physical. Thanks to Chemist King Hectorville.
And he enter now to take this free kick for Comets. Both teams keeping possession fairly well. Goes short. Finds Dittmar. Dittmar now gets a long ball forward. Not sure who was looking for. I think it might have been Carter there, but not a good ball there. As Ambassador now for Croydon, grandstand side. Tries to find Panagaris. Doesn't do so. Intercepting there was Simic. Croydon win themselves a throw-in. Short one to Skeffington. Gets it short to Klimek. Klimek goes forward. Karachia now with some time. Loses possession. Comets now. Dittmar, he loses possession. Karachia working hard in the middle of the ground and wins himself a free kick.
I'd like to see
Stay
that on the
calm
replay.
there, young
Let's
Patrick.
have a look
Stay
at that.
calm.
Karachia, Dittmar from behind. What was that?
I think it was soft, but it was there. He pushed him from behind. It'll be Visconti now to take this free kick for Croydon.
Croydon now to the far side. Torre do well to keep this in. He did very well to keep it in and control it. Torre now tries to take it to the byline. Anianto hot on his hammer. He gets the ball into the box, but it's been clear, but only as far as Martinello. He plays it to Torre. Torre tries to get it in again. Claims for handball. You're joking. As Carter now for the Comets comes away with it. Needs a good touch. Gee, didn't get it. Brazzali got the ball very nicely. Courageous from both players. Carter's down just behind play, and Croydon not putting the ball out. Carter looks in some discomfort, and that's a professional foul there by Weens, just so his teammate can get some attention. But let's see if we've got that on replay.
It's a fair collision.
Well, Croydon's not taking a backward step, are they, Andrew? I mean,
50-50, nothing in that.
Yeah, going in hard.
Beautiful.
That's good to see. That.
Let's watch this on the close-up replay. Oh, yeah, no, there was... He just 50-50, nothing in it. But he's all right, Carter. He's back up on his feet. Croydon have the free kick, so that still counts as a stat, that foul conceded by Comets, even though it was for the teammate to get some attention.
That's right. It's Martinello over the ball now for Croydon.
16 and a half gone, still 0-0.
Martinello gets a long ball forward. Looking up there for Mercurio, that was, but couldn't get to the ball. It's good work there by Lecornu just to hold him out. And Iento now goes all the way back to Lecornu. Lecornu goes short, finds Tobias, switches play. Dittmar goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Torreson. And Iento. That's good work by Croydon. They're pushing them back. So both teams are working hard off the ball, Paul, which is good to see. How long they can keep it up for remains to be seen. Lecornu goes in board this time. Finds Tobias. Goes to Welsh, who switches play. Dittmar now, who get a long ball forward. Looking up there for Weens. Can he find him? Good clearance there. That was Brazzali, I think. They got to that ball, it certainly was. Toure now with possession goes to Martinello, who goes back to his goalkeeper in Munro, and he'll clear the ball for Croydon.
Just would have liked to see Jackson playing off that Weens header. Needed a bit of support. Always under pressure. So the ball now on the halfway line. Tobias heads it down. He'll get a second bite at the cherry, but well stolen by Skeffington. Visconti now lays a nice ball off. Here's a chance for Skeffington. Who's he got in the middle for Croydon? Not too many red shirts, white shirts. Now they come, but it should be cleared by Lecornu. Skies it. It's headed on there by Briscoe. Finally makes its way to Tobias. Carter has the ball on the halfway line now. Croydon have to defend us. Carter goes at him for the Comets. Into attack. Tries a through ball to Weens. It does get to him, but he takes it wide. Brazzali applying the pressure. Weens looks up, gets the cross into the box. Who's there to meet it? And gee whiz, Briscoe was there to meet it, but didn't get any contact on it. And that'll be out for a goal kick. But a good chance to watch this on the replay. Well floated ball into the box. Briscoe by himself unmarked. Was it too high for the foot or too low for the head?
Yeah, couldn't make up his mind there, but...
right in the middle of both.
Probably took his eyes off the ball right at the last second there, but should have gone with his head at that height. And it will be a goal kick here to Croydon. Long ball looking up there for Skeffington, gets his head to it. Mercurio should have brought that one down. Visconti now does well. Skeffington with possession.
Nice ball.
Goes short. Mercurio. He's got two players to beat. Gets around one. Tries to get around two. It didn't fall for Karachia. The ball was cleared there by Comets. Only as far as Luke Klimek. Klimek. Visconti now, who's been good, gets brought down. It'll be a free kick. Not sure how many that is for Croydon.
I tell you, I really like the way Croydon is set up here too. You know, he's not just sitting with one man up front. He knows he's got to have some men up there, and they're really working hard. He's demanding that his left and right backs every possibility to push up. So if they're to win today, Croydon, it's going to be a big effort of fitness and discipline to just keep on moving.
Karachia has the ball for the Croydon Kings, just forward of centre. Klimek chips it forward. Torre, the target, and the runner gets to him. What can he do? He's got Anianto hot on his hammer. Torre one way, then the other. Plays it in board to Karachia. Tried the fancy. It's come off to Torre. Can he keep it in? Does so. Still Anianto applying the pressure. Takes it to the corner flag. Well done, Anianto. He's fouled and wins a free kick. So it's another foul committed by the Croydon Kings. Or received. I don't know how you're doing that one, Cassandra. Are you doing received or committed?
Committed.
Committed. I'm glad you committed to those stats. Just what a difference! What a difference Milo makes, but what a difference Visconti makes to Croydon. They just look a completely different team, don't they?
He's huge. He's their backbone. Him and Klimek. When you've got them in the midfield, you know you've got a chance. And Croydon at the moment is doing as well as Comets. Mercurio's doing okay as he's come in. Anianto now wins the ball back for the Comets. Gets a long ball forward, looking for Klimek. Good clearance there by Panagaris. Goes to Klimek. He's looking to switch. There's no one around. Goes short. Karachia now. Might have to go backwards. He does. Martinello finds Brazzali. Brazzali switches play. And Bessagar with time. Back to Brazzali. He goes long this time. Karachia brings it down well. He wants to look for Toure, but the possibility's not there. There's Comets players everywhere. Martinello now with a run. Beats one player. Probably should have been a free kick. The referee allows play to go on. It would have been better if he would have given the free kick there, but fortunately falls straight to the hands of Torreson. He'll relieve the pressure here for Comets.
How good was the run from the young lad, though? Gee whiz, Martinello holding his own as Torreson releases for the Comets well over the halfway line. Ween's the target man for the Comets up there. Simic the danger man, but it's come to Visconti now for the Croydon Kings. She had an airy and he's turned it over to Welsh. This could pay. Simic now with a chance and Bessagar with a timely challenge to thwart the shot. Watch this on the replay. As poor old Visconti, as we just gave him credit. Commentator's curse, just lays it off to Welshie there, lays it off to Simic. Had a lot to do still, and Bessagar throws his body on the line literally. Concedes a corner kick.
It'll be a corner kick here to the Comets. Briscoe gets a long... It will be easily plucked there by Munro. And Paul, just you made an observation while the reserves game was on that there was a bit of sand coming up. And I think that's what got Visconti there. It was a little bit soft underneath. But that's interesting. Obviously, they're topsoiling this pitch, but it looks in great order this afternoon as Croydon now through Brazzali switches play. Panagaris brings it down well. Skeffington back to Panagaris. Visconti.
Gee, even as they run, you can see the dirt sort of just, or the sand just flick up.
Gets it forward, looking up there for Mercurio, won't find him. Tobias clears this ball. Simic. Good work there by Panagaris. Doesn't let him turn. It'll be a throw in right at the halfway line here to Croydon.
So Croydon now holding the Comets 0-0, 23 and a bit gone this first half. It's the 2018 FFA Cup SA prelim rounds grand final day. Winner here goes on the national stage in the final 32 of the FFA Cup. As Comets have the throw in now. Briscoe gets his head on it. Weens back to Briscoe. Tommy Briscoe chips it forward. Carter was the target, didn't get there. Martinello should tidy up, in fact leaves it for his keeper. And Nicholas Munro to tidy up for the Croydon Kings. Not that it's for 3 points, but it's 4th versus 11th today. Funny how this cup just brings crazy results. It's not always 1v2. As Anianto now has the ball on the halfway line. Tobias chips it forward. Weens. This time he's got Carter closer to him. Welsh in the middle of the park now. Holds it up, looking for some movement. Anianto's on offer. That's the way it goes. Getting pushed back. As you can see, 2 Croydon players there with the press. Dittmar now on the halfway line for the Comets. Nice ball to Simic, but poor ball. Travaglione was the target. Didn't get there. Now, Spells, you're right down there, mate. Is that Tommy Dittmar got the Prince Harry look going or what?
Well, he's got that little bit of red from the old man, bit of ginger.
Do you look a little bit like Prince Harry, or is it just from up here, the distance?
Just from up there.
Okay.
As Croydon now relieve the pressure, Mercurio in the middle of the park goes to Visconti. Visconti now really hasn't got much to go for, tries to go short. Caraccia loses possession there.
Durant Travaglione.
It was well done by him. He goes inboard. Tobias now for the Comets. Looks up there for Briscoe. Good work there again by Croydon to push them back. Now Briscoe's got some room in front of him. Welsh. Back to Briscoe, but not a good ball. Intercepted there by Klimek, but they lose possession. Tobias gets it long, looking for Carter out there. Can he keep it in? No, he can't, and the ball goes out. They're throwing out wide there to Croydon. We've played 26 minutes in this first half, and it's still 0-0. It's been a good game so far. Both teams trying to keep possession, and probably the best opportunity did fall in the first couple of minutes to the Comets.
Probably a couple of great chances to the Comets as that ball's gone out of play. Goal attempts, Cassandra?
So just the one pure goal attempt.
Yep.
For Croydon, none. So they're playing very defensive.
Those stats thanks to Chemist King at Hectorville.
And perhaps even when they're getting forward, you know, just that one touch too many and trying to be a little creative instead of being a bit selfish perhaps and have a crack.
I think, Andrew, they're trying to play the counter-attack game, and that's probably their best chance of scoring here. They're trying to keep players back. As you can see, Caraccia and Toure, probably the 2 players pushing forward as Welsh now gets it back to Travaglione. Goes to Dittmar. Dittmar just waiting for movement. There's not a lot at the moment. Goes to his mate in crime and Lecornu, who goes back to his goalkeeper, Torreson. Dittmar. Comets keeping possession. Finally go out wide, Lecornu. Briscoe now for the Comets. Goes long. This is a good ball. Carter with some space in front of him. He's dangerous. Carter gets the ball in. It comes off of Ambassador, who's done some good work back there, Paul.
Absolutely.
And it will be another corner kick for the Comets. How many is that?
They're third.
They're third, and they're putting pressure on the defence there of Croydon at the moment. It'll be Briscoe to take this corner.
So Tommy Briscoe, as you can see on screen.
See if he learnt from the last one, no short corner.
Travaglione into the box, can't beat the first play, which was Visconti, but he's pretty ordinary with the clearance. So Travaglione to keep possession for the Comets goes back to Dittmar, who hacks the ball forward. Weens gets there fortuitously. Him and Welsh couldn't sort it out. Mercurio can for Croydon, and they come away with it through Toure. He's on the halfway line, but he's only got Caraccia in front of him, and he's got 3 black and blue shirts, and they win out in numbers, Comets. And Lecornu wins a free kick, and Welsh relieves the pressure as it comes to Briscoe now on the halfway line for the Comets. Finds Carter. He's got Weens short, ignored. Goes to the far side. Simic, dangerous, but a little bit too heavy. And Simic tried to just keep it in for the throw-in, but I think you'll find it's gone out for the goal kick. And good work by the Comets, but you wouldn't think it's 4th v 11.
No, certainly been an even game, and as you can see, Paul, Simic and Carter switch sides there just to try and get a bit more penetration. They're both very, very dangerous players when you allow them close to the To the box there as Klimek. It's the ball to Visconti. To Mercurio. Tries to find Skeffington. The ball goes out. You throw in. Grandstand side. Quickly taken by Travaglione. Here's Carter now. With some space in front of him. Weens. Got too many Croydon players there to go forward. There's an opportunity now. Comets to Bias. Goes back to Welsh. Travaglione. To Dittmar. Switches play. Lecornu now for the Comets. To Bias. Again, good work by Croydon, just pushing them back. The work off the ball by both teams has been exceptional as Travaglione. It's a shoulder there.
Yeah,
from,
a bit of a body check.
But well done by the referee.
Switch that on the replay. He could have easily gone for the whistle. As Travaglione hugged the line there. Skeffington, just that little body check.
Shoulder.
Travaglione didn't have possession of the ball, so easy for the referee to allow the throw in as Tobias now pushes the ball forward. Oh, Simic fortuitously off Brazzali. Plays it short. Gee whiz, Briscoe had the ball taken from his feet. But it finds Lecornu. Anianto now on the halfway line for the Comets. Looking to go into attack. Welsh, the captain, long searching ball forward, finds Carter. Carter, good control. Carter now thrusts forward, takes it to the byline, one way then the other. Inboard left foot, near post corner. Took a deflection off Skeffington. And that'll be
the fourth, thanks to Chemist King Hectorville.
Yeah, just Comets just look that a little bit more dangerous when they go forward, boys. That's one of them is going to come off eventually. They just put a lot of pressure, both Carter and Simic, as we get Comets now get ready to take this corner through Briscoe. Briscoe gets it in board.
Better.
Here's an opportunity for a header, but it will be cleared here by Croydon again. Visconti.
No one up front.
No one up front to go to, and this is the problem that Croydon have got. Luckily for him, he wins a free kick so that he can get players forward there.
Just spot on. Watch that. Just a fairly soft free kick, I suppose, by Dittmar. Didn't really have to do it because he had no one forward. Almost looked like an AFL game. There was no one in the attacking half for Croydon.
As Croydon Kings now through Munro. Get it forward. Looking up there for trying to pick up that player there. I think it was Martinello. Couldn't find him, but in the meantime, Briscoe for Comets. Gets it short. Finds Welsh. Simic now. Got Croydon players all around him. Goes to Carter. Tries to find Simic on a 1-2.
And again.
And again. Been exceptional has Ambassador in defence. And it will be a throw in here.
So they only got him this week. What a great score that is.
Well, he mustn't have played any games for...
Can you do that?
No, you can't. If you can't play for two clubs, so he mustn't have played...
Wasn't cup tied.
Cup tied at all to Bacala. That's where he came from. So Comets now go all the way back to their goalkeeper in Torreson.
Torreson now with the clearance up over the halfway line. Puts the Comets into attack. Weens brings it down to feet. Couldn't control it. And Bassigar could for Croydon. He goes back to his keeper. Munro under a little bit of pressure. So he clears to the far side. Toure under pressure from Anianto. Briscoe the recipient of that. Welsh back to Anianto. Up the line to Simic. Hold on his hammer, Martinello. Geez, he's playing above his years, this lad. Have a look. He goes for a bit of a bolt now. Over the halfway line. Skeffington slow to react. And very slow to react. I've got to say, they're just in their final third, Tony, offering nothing at the moment.
Well, the problem is they don't have out-and-out strikers. I mean, Karachir is not a striker. He's more of a midfielder. Skeffington, again, is not a striker. So they don't really have an out-and-out striker.
Someone has to put their hand up, Tony.
And they are. They're working hard, but as I said, it's just that ability to be at the right place at the right time. As Panagaris now for Croydon has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. He goes long, looking up there for Skeffington, gets his head to it. Karachia now brings the ball down, goes out wide, finds Mercurio.
Not a good ball to him.
It wasn't a good ball, a little bit harder. It'll go out, it'll be a throw in here to the Comets. Quickly taken, Dittmar. Comets now with possession. most of the possession from both teams has been in defence, Paul.
Yeah, in their defensive halves. As you said, can they keep this pressing for 90 minutes as Lacornu now has the ball. Plays it up the line, Anianto. Tries a through ball for Simic, too heavy. Brazali should deal with this very easily. Had a bit of hard work of it, but they do concede the throw-in. So throw into the Comets, deep into their attacking half. It is the FFA Cup SA Prelim Rounds Grand Final today and also Federation Cup, so there's a trophy also on offer. As Anianto now takes it to the byline, gets the cut back into the box, and it evades all players except Carter now. Carter with a chance, but he's well out from goal. Gets pushed back. Welsh has the ball. Travaglione now should put it to the tip of the hot spot. That's the way it goes, and Weens tried the spectacular. Needless to say, it didn't come off. And easy work for Munro in the end.
Panagaris now goes long, tries to find Skeffington. Luckily for him it fell, but there's players, Comets players all around him. Eventually they bring him down.
Tobias not happy with Dittmar there, but just
lucky there Dittmar could have
well,
got a
Tobias
card.
had it covered, and that's why I think he got a little bit mad with Dittmar.
As Mercurio tries to beat Travaglione, he does some good work. Goes inboard, finds Welsh. Welsh now, switch play. Finds Anianto there. No, it's not Anianto, is it? It's Simic. They've both got the man bun, I think, and that's where I'm getting confused. Now it's Anianto. Goes inboard and finds Welsh. Goes back. Lacornu now to Dittmar. Dittmar now. Travaglione wanted it. Didn't give it to him. Went back to his goalkeeper. Torreson now. There's very little movement from Comets.
It's been a very cagey opening 35 minutes.
He has. Here's an opportunity for Weens. Can he get to that ball? Again,
Mr. Reliable.
Mbesiga, but it will be another corner.
Switching on the replay there, Weens, but Mbesiga reading it best. Probably doing it for a little bit of speed as well, but he's intercepted absolutely everything that's come his way. Josef Mbesiga has now another corner kick to the Comets. Briscoe to take it, right foot out, swing it. Gets good height on it, very central, and there was a header. Ill directed. Panagaris clears it, but not convincingly. Comes to Tobias, who should put it back to the penalty spot. That's the way it goes. Simic, where's the pressure? Simic, and there's a goal by Carter. Appeals for offside, but the flag's down.
Is it?
No way, that's a goal.
Oh no, I thought that they were going to the linesman.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So there we go, the first goal coming to the Comets in the 37th minute. And it's Carter, Terence Carter, the goal scorer for the Adelaide Comets. As we watch on the replay, dangerous ball by Tobias. Simic, lack of pressure from the defenders. Too much time. Simic, a little toe poke. Carter there on the line. Easiest goal.
That was onside.
Onside?
Yeah.
And not too much protesting, although you see a few Croydon arms up in the air, but
The referee gave it straight away.
Yeah. So great goal there to Terence Carter, who last week, it was last week we saw him, played a blinder. And he's topped it off with a goal. Croydon now with a mountain to climb as Comets come again. Simic, Brazali had the ball taken from him as it goes to Welsh now. Welsh has only got Carter in the box. He tries to do it himself to the byline, gets the cut back. And Visconti, and still Weeds. Carter again off the line by Carachia. So Croydon under all sorts of pressure as Comets come again.
Comets now. Briscoe over the ball. How much pressure can they absorb? Tobias now goes all the way back, finds Lacornu. Lacornu sidesteps Skeffington. Takes on Toure too. Lacornu with some space. Finds Weens. This is good work now. Welsh gets it over to Simic. Simic now. Good work there by Martinello. Beats him to the ball. Releases Toure. Toure now hasn't got too many options in front of him. Skeffington with possession. Martinello goes all the way back to Brazali. Brazali looking up there for Carachia. Skeffington. Mercurio back to Skeffington. Going to have to go backwards. And Mbesiga couldn't repel that one, unfortunately for him. Tries to find Mercurio, won't do so. The ball goes out, and it will be
a yellow card.
Somebody's obviously remonstrating.
Brazali, yeah.
Probably from that goal, and he kept talking. Eventually he got a yellow card.
I think it was the tackle.
Was it the tackle?
Cleats up.
Not good for a defender to get a yellow card so early in the piece. Well, not really. We've almost 39 minutes gone this first half. So that's the Comets leading 1-0. And it's Carter. Gets it to Welsh. He plays it up the line, and Bassigar sees it over the line. And it'll be a throw-in for the Croydon Kings. Deep in their defensive half. Grandstand side here at Coopers Stadium. The 2018 FFA Cup SA Prelim Rounds Grand Final today. Winner through to the FFA Cup National Stage. The final 32. One of these two teams, and it's looking very much like Comets at the moment. As G's good, isn't he? Carter plays it to Briscoe, couldn't control the Visconti. He needs to fire. Mercurio now. Mercurio's got Carachia in the box. Wants to take it to the byline. Tries to get the cutback. Doesn't work. Comets win out in numbers, and Tobias comes away with the ball.
This is the problem that Croydon are going to have every time they go forward. Just haven't got the players to take on, and they haven't got the numbers in the box when they do eventually get the ball through. And Iento goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Comets eventually scored. They put so much pressure on the defence there of Croydon. Martinello gets it only as far as Welsh. Welsh on the far side. He's got some space which he's using in front of him. Goes out looking for Carter again. They have to be careful here. Panagaris, Welsh, I'm not sure what he was, Carter, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Tobias loses possession. Here's an opportunity. There's still 3 against 5. It's Skeffington over the ball. Overlapping here is Visconti, but still too many players there to go around.
They're hunting
Comets,
in packs, aren't
they? They are. And eventually they win themselves a free kick.
Another foul conceded by the Comets.
Yes, that's number 8.
True.
Thanks to Chemist King Hectorville.
Pretty needless one there by Tobias as well. Just maybe holding up play. 41 and a bit gone in this first half. Comets 1-0 over the Croydon Kings. Still plenty of time for Croydon. But have they got something in that final third? Visconti now puts it to the deep into the box, but it's been headed away by Welsh. Torre should get it for the Croydon Kings and put it back into the box. Goes short instead. Klimek. Haven't caught him much this afternoon. Nice through ball, but gee, no, Anianto will get there first. And the Comets through Simic. Oh, nice ball to Welsh. Back to Simic. Simic can go for a run now. He's got Weens in front of him. Carter wide, but he showed too much of the ball to the Croydon players. And now Visconti on the halfway line. Comes away with it. Finds Skeffington. What can he do? In fact, it's Mercurio. Mercurio now. Ditmar in front of him. Mercurio one way then the other. Carter comes just to reinforce the numbers for the Comets. Poro Visconti and Travaglione. It goes the throw in the way of the Comets. They just, I don't know.
My fear for them is that they've put so much work off the ball in that first 40 minutes or so, Paul, that they're going to run out of steam. And it looks like that already. That they haven't got the steam to go forward. And you saw there when Mercurio had possession, Paul, there was 4 Comets players around him. Where's he going to go? And that's the fear I have for Croydon at the moment.
I think they've got one little crack, and that's bring Entreri on in the second half. They'll be with the wind. I know we have been a bit critical of him, but maybe here's the day for him to stand up as a central forward and
I'm surprised,
see if he can provide something for him.
Yeah, Andrew, I'm surprised that he didn't actually start. Being an out-and-out striker,
yeah, look,
I might as well take the chance.
I think their thought was to play the 3 smaller blokes up forward and hassle the backs and see if they can play a different style. At the end of the day, just a few minutes of footy.
Welsh now with the ball through to Carter, and Panagaris with an important touch. Brazzali just goes for the safety of the line. And they are under pressure. In fact, Brazzali will be hoping for that half-time whistle just to regroup the Chargers in the change rooms there. Looking a bit rattled and tight already, Croydon, as Carter now the goal scorer for the Comets. Hugging the byline, comes in ball with the left foot, gets it into the box. And, well, Cassandra, what are you going to make of that? A cross or a goal attempt?
Oh, I think he was going for the cross there.
I agree with you, Cassandra. Well done as Croydon.
Oh, you never know.
Munro goes short. It's Brazzali over the ball. Goes inboard, finds Klimek. got nowhere to go at the moment again. Hasn't got too many options up front. Tries to find Toure. Eventually, well, Toure wins it back. Here's Karachia now. Has to go back. Skeffington goes in board. Klimek. Visconti. Panagaris. They're going to have to push players forward. Probably not at the moment. They can still afford to absorb a little bit. As Briscoe tries to find Carter, won't do so. And the ball will go out. It'll be a throw in here to Croydon. And Bessagar, who's been exceptional in this first half, leaves it for Panagaris. Grandstand side. We're into the 45th minute of this game. Comets 1-0 up. A goal to Carter in the 37th minute of this game. Panagaris takes a throw in, finds Visconti. Ball goes out and we throw in here to Croydon.
Well, what's that? The sun's come out. Look out. 1 minute of extra time to be played. As you can see from the fourth official, Croydon trying to work it up the line. Looking for a free kick.
Well, I think it was there, to be honest.
Yeah, Mercurio didn't get it. Now it's Weens. Whoa, who's just dumped in Bessagar.
That could be a send-off.
Well, it could well be. It's a yellow card at the minimum.
At the very minimum.
Gee, a moment of madness by Weens.
He's given the yellow card to... Let's have a quick look at this.
Don't say he's given it to Bessagar. Not, surely not. Have a look at the replay. Oh, the blank. That's borderline red.
Yeah.
Are we kidding?
That's
the
a send-off.
fourth ref might intervene here.
Spells keeping on it. Let us know what's happened, who the card's gone to.
Well, hang on.
A bit of
Well,
holding and then,
one's
gee,
gone to
just the
Weens.
elbow to the
That
face.
is terrible. I'm trying to work out who the referee's given this card to.
It'll have to be to Wayne's. But
Well, we've missed it on the replay.
You want to
but,
confirm that for us, Spells? Because that was so blatant, as Cassandra said, borderline red card. Elbow. Let's have a look at it again on the replay. No, we're not going to see it on the replay. Oh, yes, we are. And Bessagar just applying pressure.
There's
Wayne's
nothing in that, is there?
Oh, he's just dumped it. In fact, right in front of the assistant.
yeah, well, he's been sort of fending the Croydon hierarchy off and just as if he's got something up his sleeve, but he's not intervening. Cook had a look at him and...
I could swear that the referee gave Bessagar the card there, Paul.
Well, it's up to you, Spells. You're down there to confirm that with the fourth official. They are wide up.
Flabbergasted over that one, Paul.
So Christian will be able to tell you. Christian Verdicchio holding the board there, Spells. Just
And
confirm.
he's given a throw in, which means there is no foul whatsoever, Paul.
If that
How could he not give something?
That go to Weens, Christian?
Yeah, Spells is just finding out for us. To Daniel Cook, the man in charge down there. Has Captain Cook got it all wrong? Soon find out from our boundary rider, Andrew Spelling. Anyway, throw in. As we're almost 2 minutes have been played of extra time. Controversial moment there. We will get clarification. As our boundary rider right on the spot. Should be able to tell us.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's gone to Weens. I'm sorry, I will confirm that.
Yeah,
but
if you can.
Yep.
But gee, that was
Moment of madness. Why would you do that?
They said it was reckless, not intentional.
reckless.
Oh.
If that wasn't intentional.
And another minute of extra time being shown on the board. Yeah, that was very intentional. Tony's laughing his head off, and I must concur with you there, Mr. Lascala.
As Martinello now gets ready to take this throw in. We're in the dying seconds of this first half. Tries to find Karachia, won't do so. Should be cleared here by Croydon. I think both teams are just waiting for that whistle, which hasn't come yet. They'll throw in on the far side. Martinello, who's also played well, takes a long throw. Looking up there for Toure. Off his head. There goes the whistle
Blimey.
for half-time.
Half-time here at Cooper Stadium in the FFA Cup preliminary round cup
It
final.
is
Some fantastic action in
Comets
that first half.
leading
We have a
this
scoreline,
game
Adelaide
by
Comets
1 goal to
Croydon
0. A
Wingfield.
goal in the 37th minute by Carter, Terence Carter.
Ange Costanzo out there just asking the fourth official what's going on. Croydon down there with Andrew Spurling. He's got young Carter down there.
Yeah, I've got Terence with me. That was took you 5 or 10 minutes to get going, but you certainly had the better of that second half.
Yeah, we did start a little bit slow. I think it's a pretty big pitch, so just trying to get used to the bearings and everything. So we did start a bit slow, but I felt like after, like you said, maybe 15-ish minutes, we started to get our rhythm a little bit. We started to play the ball, move it how we normally move it. So yeah, we finished off pretty strong. So hopefully second half we can start a little bit quicker than we did the first half.
And when did you join the Comets, Terence?
I came around here roughly start of April, but I didn't get to play because of my international clearance till maybe I think it was closer to the start of May. So I think my first game was Adelaide City in the Cup, so that was a good game to be involved in and stuff. So yeah, I came over from the States originally. I studied and was like a student athlete over there. So some people got me in contact with Comets, and since then we've been doing some good things here.
Yeah, and we saw you last week.
Better get in, guys.
Very impressed with you last week, Terence, and seeming like you found your feet here, a bit of trickery and some more skill in this second half.
Yeah, no, hopefully we can wrap up this game and secure obviously the Cup. This is a big thing for Comets and the organisation, and everyone's really pumped for us to be here, so hopefully we can get the job done second half.
Good luck, Terence.
Spells, we'll give you some time to see if you can find out officially who that yellow card went to, and Cassandra will go through some half-time stats before we take a quick break.
So stats for the Adelaide Comet. So 4 shots there. Of course, one goal to Carter, which was fabulous. Corners, they've had 5, couple of saves there for Torreson. 8 fouls for them, and not sure what happened down there with Weens.
Yeah, yellow to Weens.
Yellow to Weens.
That's confirmed, Spells?
Yes.
Excellent.
There we go. For Croydon Kings, not really any shots on goal, which is not as surprising, and it's a worry. Nicholas Munro's been kept really busy, and 6 fouls for them also, plus a yellow card to Rosale.
Okay, that's it for the stats at half-time. Tony, just some final thoughts before we take a short break and have a look at the highlights of that
Well,
first half.
I think the goal was coming cool. Comets put a lot of pressure on Croydon. Croydon tried to absorb as much as possible, but in the end, Comets have been the better team, especially in that last part of the first half, and they deserved that goal.
Okay, we'll take a short break here. It's the 2018 FFA Cup SA Prelim Rounds Grand Final. Adelaide Comets 1, Croydon Kings 0. The winner of this game obviously gets the silverware, but probably more importantly gets a ticket to the national stage of our FFA Cup here in Australia. We'll take a short break and come back with the second half.
Thanks for coming out to replace my battery.
No worries. It's all part of our service.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get that fixed too.
You need an RAA-approved repairer. Only the best repairers meet our high standards, so when you see an RAA-approved repairer sign, you can trust they come highly recommended.
You don't say.
Yes, I do.
You get more. Call us or go to raa.com.au.
RAA comprehensive car insurance gives you unlimited windscreen repair or replacement.
Really?
Which might come in handy living next to a golf course.
Golf course?
We do more. Get a quote today.
Welcome back to Cooper Stadium here for the 2018 FFA Cup South Australian Prelim Finals, grand final I should say. And, well, I don't know about one-way traffic. It's still only 1-0, and while it's 1-0, it's game on, I suppose, Tony, isn't it?
I agree with you, Paul. There's no reason why Croydon can't come back into this. My fear for them is that they will run out of steam. They put a lot of time and effort into closing down Comets in that first half. How much is taken out of them, I'm not sure. But they need to change something up front. They need to put some firepower up there. They don't have enough. Unfortunately, when they do go forward, they're finding themselves outnumbered, and that is a problem.
Just to the naked eye, looks like no changes at half-time, but Spells, our boundary rider, will bring us up to date. He'll ask the fourth official to just make sure of that. As we're underway for the second half here, 45 minutes away from glory for one of these two teams. Or will they bring it to extra time and maybe penalties? That's still on the cards. As Croydon, if you've just joined us in the white tops, red shorts, white socks, and the Comets in their black and blue strip with the black shorts and black socks, they are kicking to left of screen and Croydon kicking to right of screen.
As Croydon now come out of defence, looking out there for Panagaris. The ball goes over the line. It'll be a throw in here to Croydon. Panagaris quickly takes it, looking up there for Karachia. Can he get to the ball? Ditmar there with him, clears the ball, comes on for Karachia, and it'll be the first throw in or second throw in of this second half as Comets take this throw in quickly. In the middle of the park, it's Briscoe. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Torreson goes a long ball, looking up there for Simic. Probably won't find him. Good work there by Martinello. Gee, him and Klimt got in each other's way. Eventually, Visconti comes away with the ball. Goes out wide. Here's Skeffington. Goes in board, looking back post. That was
Toure lurking.
Toure lurking, couldn't get to it, but that's good work by Croydon.
I reckon Toure and Klimt were up there in the box, as that's what we need to see, or the Croydon supporters will want from their team. This second half, they trail 1-0 to the Comets. They were on the attack again, but losing control on the far side there. Who was that masked man? Panagaris, I'd say.
You're right.
So throw into the Comets. They lead 1-0. This 2018 FFA Cup SA Prelim Rounds Grand Final. Ticket to the national stage and some silverware to boot. Well, the loser, it's what could have been. So free kick there to the Croydon Kings. So foul conceded by the Comets. Player down there, just holding his back.
Yeah, it's Mercurio, I think, Paul. Might have got winded there. Got hit hard from behind. Pretty sure it is Mercurio, it is. And it will be Croydon to take this free kick. Visconti switches play. Tries to find Toure, got his head to it. Toure, what can he do? He's a pretty smart player himself. Can he? Oh, good work there by Toure. Gets around Adiento. Comes off of a Comets player, and the Cornu it was, and gee, good work there by Toure. Just goes
on the
to
replay,
show.
yeah, absolutely. You called it with a little bit of magic. One way, then the other. Zip, zap into the box. And then gets on a low worm burn, as Rob would say, and just caused havoc in the 6-yard box. And LeCornu lucky he didn't put that in the back of his own net.
Could have gone anywhere, but luckily for Comets, as you said, Paul. Skeffington, it looks like, takes this corner, looking back post, Karachia.
Well done,
He's head to it. Karachia now with the ball, goes short.
Oof.
Mercurio tries to get his foot to it. Unfortunately for him, it goes out. It'll be a goal kick here, and it's been Croydon in this first couple of minutes of this first half.
That's what happened in the first half as well. But the juice, the steam, how long can they keep it going for?
Well, Comets wouldn't want to sit on that one
Well,
goal.
I was
Paul.
just saying, 1-0 is not, for me, not good enough and not enough. Coach will be having heart palpitations. Stravaglione now for the Comets in his defensive half. Puts the ball over the halfway line. Weans the target, fortuitously got to it. Visconti applies the challenge, didn't come off. Comets still now in possession. Briscoe tries a through ball to Simic, but the keeper comes. And Munro got there first. And Spells, I don't know if you're down there, mate, if any changes that you can tell us off, or is it business as usual?
Business as usual, boys. No changes as yet.
So now it's the Croydon applying the pressure to LeCornu, goes for the safety of the line. So good early signs by the Croydon Kings. Martinello now should get this into the box. Wants to take on the players. Oh, he's into the box. Martinello fell, that's a penalty. Mercurio, I should say, not Martinello, Mercurio.
No, Mercurio got brought down, but Martinello initially...
Let's have a look.
I'm pretty sure... it was
Martinello, the through ball into the box to
Mercurio.
Mercurio got felled.
But Martinello, good work.
Anianto, yes. Martinello, he's playing above his years.
Well,
He's a
to
youngster.
think his father was a top goalkeeper, he's certainly...
A great outfield player now, the son.
Outfield player.
He's going to take it by the looks of things.
Well, Croydon, big moment. big moment, and it is the young fella Martinello.
See, what a
stepping up.
responsibility there, Paul, to give Martinello this penalty.
Well, it was there. Anianto felled the player in the box, which now it's on the shoulders of the young fella, Martinello.
Martinello now getting ready for the referee to blow the whistle. Martinello! Gee, what calm he showed. He pushed the goalkeeper the wrong way. And this kid has got some class, Paul. Let me tell you, I know his father quite well. And this kid is going to be good. He is going to be good.
Well, let's not take away from the early start from the Croydon Kings, who showed some good vigour after 1-0. I don't know what Brazzali said to him at half-time, but they've certainly come out with a different attitude, and, well, it's paid dividends. 1-1, game on. Who would have thought?
Could he be up for man of the match?
Well, so far he's way up there in my books. He's played him and
Basigar?
and Basigar, my two best players. But this game's not over. As I said, Comets shouldn't have sat on that one goal, but now they've got it all to do again. And if Croydon can put some more pressure on them, they're going to find themselves on the back foot here, as it'll be Ditmar for Comets. Switches to Lecornu, goes back to his goalkeeper in Torreson. Back to Ditmar, sends a long ball forward. Not a good one, should be cleared here by Croydon. Here he is again. He's done a good job also, Mercurio. He loses possession, I shouldn't have said that. He loses possession, goes out wide. Here's Carter. Carter high up in the best players also. Side steps two players, goes back to Tobias. Tobias now has got players in the middle. Got to be cleared here by Croydon. Again, it's that great player in Basigar. Clears the ball. Held up there. Skeffington. He's got two players. Gets brought down from behind. That time it was Welsh.
Yeah.
Lucky to get away with
I was going
that.
to say, if it wasn't the captain, he probably would have got a yellow card there.
I think he should have got a yellow, Paul. Just you're taking him from behind. He had the run on.
The captain's armband, I reckon, saved him on this occasion, Tony.
I didn't think it had
it shouldn't. It
bearing?
shouldn't. I agree with you. It shouldn't, but it does.
Well, the captain better be pretty consistent now, because he came from behind there. He was the second man in and brought him down. So
yeah, so you saw that like I did, Andrew, because I thought it should have been a card. Took
it wasn't
him from
massively
behind, but he was on his way.
I'm just saying, if it was any other player, it probably would have been a card. As Croydon now on the attack again. Ball at the tip of the box. Plenty of work still to do for them. Torre under pressure from Anianto, who gave away the penalty. Torre does well to shield the ball. Captain Klimek now turns one way, then the other. Turns it over Simic. Martinello tried a bit of a dance, but Simic too good. Welsh, he's almost fell, but does well to keep his feet. Carrichier applying the pressure from behind. Grabs his arm. It's still Welsh. He's got Carter on the outside if he wants him, and that's the way it goes. Carter now, good timely challenge by Panagaris. And this game's just stepped up a gear. And
yeah, it's only momentary, as we know, but boy, it's given a real bit of life to Croydon. They've just lifted.
And you've got to give it to Carter. He chased Welsh from the middle of the oval there as the throw-in comes. Carter now with possession. Gets it all the way back. Carter looking up there.
Weens was thinking of the spectacular.
Player gets brought down.
Another free kick.
It is another free kick, and I think it's our man there again. Martinello got brought down by Simic that time.
Untidy Cassandra, how many?
That's their fourth now.
This half?
This half.
A little bit frustrated. Do you think the Comets pull?
Yeah, I think so, Tony, because 4 in this half shows the possession and the play that Croydon have got that are frustrating the Comets. So now from the free kick over the halfway line, Lecornu keeps his feet, tried to find Simic up the line. I reckon that ball's still in, and it is. As Brazzali now will go back to his keeper, so the Croydon Kings will build from their defensive line. No, it's the keeper that clears to the halfway line. Tobias goes up courageously. Klimek controls, looks up, halfway line. Croydon Kings, still Klimek with the ball, needs support. Tobias falls, felt him. That's another free kick conceded by the Comets. Fifth of the half.
I tell you what, the captain's got the game face on too. He was the only man that stood back from the group that celebrated. He knows there's a long way to go and just tried to marshal his troops. He's got the real steely look.
Needs it. It's a David and Goliath. If you look at the positions on the table, and here comes David, but it's Visconti, if you know what I mean with the analogies. Just wanted to make sure. Is Croydon now, Ambassador on the halfway line, 1-1. Getting an equaliser with a penalty, but Tobias does well for the Comets. Good defending, plays it up the line, but Ambassador in the way again. He's read the play brilliantly this afternoon. There's Visconti with the left foot looking for Torre, but Anianto cuts it out. Simic now, back to Anianto. Anianto goes for a guard. Body check by Klimek. Probably didn't need to do that. And the captain this time does get the card.
What is the difference between that and the one before?
This was probably a little bit more hardcore and more blatant, and he didn't need to do it, is the crazy thing. On the halfway line, he had defenders plenty behind him, and Anianto actually lost control of the ball. Waste of a yellow card. But anyway, it's the third of the afternoon, thanks to Chemist King Hectorville, and Anianto just adjusting the man bun, or the ponytail, whatever you want to call it. But why would he do that on the halfway line? I don't know.
He's trying to assert some authority there.
Yeah, but he had defenders behind him.
Shouldn't have done it, Paul. But
sometimes it's a state. You know, you want to come through this wall where you're going to have to earn it. So
that's right. As Briscoe now gets the ball forward, should be cleared there. Comes off of Skeffington's head. Carter now gets it long. Brazzali tries to get the clearance. Eventually, it was cleared by Panagaris, but only as far as Briscoe. Here's that man again. I think he's been absolutely brilliant this afternoon. And Bessagar, Carter now with possession. Panagaris with him. Carter gets it in, tries to find Weeds. Here's an opportunity for a shot.
Wow. Even clear the side netting, the back netting there, the safety netting. Tobias
that was.
Rush of blood to his head from 35, 30 out. The idea was all right.
But he had to have a shot.
Had to have a shot, I think.
Yep.
Execution probably lacking a bit. Played just over 12 minutes this second half of the 2018 FFA Cup SA Prelim Rounds Grand Final. As now it's Weens. He should put it to bed. Does so. 2-1. The wink of an eye. It's Comets going up 2-1.
Soft. They gave the ball away too soft then. And Weens, as we know, he can finish, Paul, and he does just that. And they worked so hard to get it back, Paul, and to give it away so softly in the midfield then was that a character for what they've been doing all afternoon. And Comets find themselves in front again. And now,
this will test their character, won't it?
Have they got it in them to get another one, Paul?
Yeah, I think, well, it's going to be a big test. If it wasn't hard already with form and premiership positioning, it's just got a whole lot tougher.
That might deflate them a little bit.
Yeah.
As Carachia gets ready to take this kick-off again. Visconti goes out wide. Brazzali switches play. And Bessagar. Panagaris. Visconti. Skeffington tries to get around.
It's just quieting the crowd too a little bit, hasn't it, Tony?
It has.
Skeffington on the far side, 2 to beat. Carter's there, as well as Travaglione, and the line wins out in the end. So it'll be a throw into the Croydon Kings, deep in their attacking half. They now trail 2-1. And you just feel that the crowd, just the body language, but let's see how Croydon respond as Carachia is under incredible pressure. Tries to win the free and does win the free. Carter with his arms in the air, saying, what did I ask him, what did I do? He's given away the free kick. So this is like a corner, I suppose, Tony.
It's good position.
Good positioning for the Croydon Kings.
Numbers forward here, Brazzali, some height.
Toure applying pressure to the goalkeeper. As now the Croydon Kings from the free kick, what can they accomplish? Very deep. It's evaded all players though. Penalty spot or 6-yard box at the very minimum, but no one read it.
Nobody was willing to attack that ball though, were they, Paul?
Maybe played a bit behind them. They were probably anticipating a bit closer to the keeper. Well, I thought it was well placed actually, but
look up and see a couple of guys just standing outside of the 16-yard box and thinking, why wouldn't you be in there?
True.
You know, two men back with weans.
Anyway.
The ball is cleared here off the goal kick. Visconti now in the middle of the park. He's got some space. Goes out wide. Finds Skeffington. Skeffington's got two Comets players around him. Goes inboards. Finds Mercurio. Mercurio turns. He switches play. Finds Brazzali. Brazzali tries to go long. It comes off the Briscoe. And it will be a throw-in.
Good statement made by Briscoe with that.
He leaves it for the goal scorer and one of the best players on the park there as Karachia tries to win the ball. Good work here. Barniento takes three players on, eventually loses possession. Martinello, he loses possession. Here's an opportunity now for Simic.
Anianto.
Anianto comes off the post.
It will be a corner.
I think the goalkeeper must have just got
Just
his hand
a
to
slight
that
little
one.
touch, pushed it online for the post.
Watching on the replay, Anianto, goalkeeper did get a touch on that, put it onto the post, and that will be a corner kick.
And that would have been
game
curtains,
set.
I think.
Yeah, good save.
Gee, they're just opening them up a little bit in there, aren't they? They've just sliced them open the last couple of times.
They just look so menacing when they go forward as Briscoe now getting ready to take this corner. Does so, goes near post. Klimek fails to clear it, eventually gets a second go at it. And he does clear it, but it will be a throw-in on the far side. Travaglione now for Comets. Throws it in quickly, finds Dittmar. Back to Travaglione. Goes short. There's an opportunity. Briscoe tries to play the 1-2 there, does Welsh with Travaglione. It won't come off. The ball should be marshalled out. It'll be a goal kick here to Croydon.
So Croydon trailing 2-1 to the Comets. We've played just over 17 minutes this second half.
You're going to be really intrigued to see when Mark pulls his first punch here, because, you know, Karachi has been running his butt off down there, and is
He's got a very young bench spells though.
Has he?
Yeah.
He got on Traore, and I just think he might be the one today.
The problem with Anchuri, though, he's not going to chase the way Karachia does, and that's at the moment it's a plus for Brazzali to have a player that's going to chase and chase all day.
So true, but he can only do it for so long.
I agree with you.
Ball in the middle of the park now, Karachia. The boys have been talking about him. Still looks like he's got some energy. Goes backwards to Martinello. Back to Brazzali. So Croydon from their defensive half. They're almost to the halfway line. Now they get it over the halfway line. Torre goes back. Martinello. Oh, gee. Not good on that occasion. Simic. Three white shirts around him, and Karachia just ran out of line in the end. And that'll be a throw into the Comets, who lead 2-1 over the Croydon Kings. Comets in the black and blue if you've just joined us. They're making Croydon a little bit black and blue at the moment. With a high ball to the halfway line. Welsh with plenty of time. Briscoe, Welsh just racking up the stats in the middle of the park. Tobias gets in on the act. Centre circle goes to the far side. Carter's the man. Carter now goes for a bit of a gallop. Far side of the ground. Skeffington hot on his hammer. Gets the cut back in. And, well, one appeal there for a back pass. But wasn't to be.
Toure now. Good work there by Toure. Goes around Anianto. He hasn't got much to go for. He's going to have to take them all on by himself.
And he
gets past three players. Takes a shot or a cross. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but gee, that was great work there by Toure. Had nothing else he could do. He had no one in the box. Karachia tried to get there for him, but he was only one against 4 or 5 players. And it will be Martinello now to take this throw in for Croydon. Wants some movement, wants Toure again. He's probably out of breath after that.
That's a corner.
That run.
Cheap one.
And that's something that Croydon needs a lot of to put some pressure.
How many is that, Cassandra?
Number 2 for Croydon, thanks to Chemist King Hectorville.
This half?
This time somebody might attack this ball, Paul, because the last corner was a good one, as you said, but nobody was willing to attack that ball. Visconti gets it in, probably too close to the keeper. Is there anywhere on the far post? That was Klimek, was it? Couldn't quite bring that down. And not a bad opportunity.
Just watch
there
this
for
on the
Croydon.
replay. If he connected with this would have been one of the goals of the season. But yeah, just probably a little bit behind him, yeah. Nevertheless, a good chance or goal-scoring opportunity for the Croydon Kings. They trailed 2-1. Comets, you would imagine, in control at the moment. But once again, this one-goal lead, anything can happen. We saw them last week against West Adelaide. It was like they never got out of second gear. And today, I just get the feeling they got something in reserve, the Comets. As Mbassagar gets the ball up over the halfway line. Skeffington and Travaglione. Skeffington the winner, but Travaglione, nice little touch, but does concede the throw in. So far side of the ground, the Croydon Kings have the ball on the halfway line. Visconti, a little bit quiet for me. Needs to get more in the game. Mbassagar to Brazzali. Brazzali now over the halfway line. Turned over. Simic says thank you very much. He plays it up to Weens, but Weens really hasn't got any teammates in front of him. So it's Weens now that takes it to the box. In fact, backtracks a little bit. Finds Welsh. Back to Tobias. Briscoe wide if he wanted him. Didn't. And Dittmar on the halfway line. So Comets all the way back to the halfway line. Lecornu. Centre circle, Anianto just forward of the halfway line. Goes for a bit of a run. Tries a through ball. Weens laid it off to no one in particular. Panagaris says thank you very much. And Croydon come away.
Croydon now through Visconti. No, it's not. It's Skeffington.
Yep.
Passes one player. Good work here by Skeffington. Needs some player to come in.
Here we are!
Is Mercurio.
Oh, great challenge.
Just couldn't get his shot on. He did well there, Mercurio, but...
you'll love it at Lecornu, that challenge.
Certainly will, and it's Klimek now for Croydon. Hasn't got many options. Eventually goes to Skeffington, who goes to Visconti. Visconti switches play, goes to Toure. Toure now, who's been dangerous. He's got three players around him. Here's Karachia, tries to go back to Toure. It is too many blue shirts. Gee, good tackle there by
Martinello.
Martinello again, Visconti. Croydon getting a second win there. Toure goes in board. Gee, again, probably should have brought it down. Klimek now with possession. Toure for the third time. What can he do? This time tries to find Mercurio. Wants a free kick. He's not going to get one, and Tobias will clear for Comets only as far as Visconti with possession to Klimek. Klimek now. Martinello. Back to Klimek. They just won't allow them to go forward. Too many blue shirts. Karachia. It's a little nudge in the back. Still got possession. Tries to bring it down. Still there. This time he gets brought down, but the referee says nothing there.
Yes,
no,
he does.
He does eventually give it. I thought he went play on
agree with you. I thought
there.
he did too, actually. Gee, their desperation isn't lacking. Croydon, very desperate.
And that's why you don't take Karachia off, Paul.
No,
That
who said
determination.
take him off?
No, I'm
one
just
said
saying. Andrew called why isn't there be a change, but
No,
that's
not
why
yet.
you don't take him off, because
No.
the kid just keeps putting in. And well done there. This is a great opportunity. It's not a bad spot here. A Rocky Visconti or a Klimek.
Very central, just outside the D of the 18-yard box for those listening through Adelaide Web Radio. But yes, very promising position for the Croydon Kings. So Visconti with Skeffington over the ball. It'll be Visconti and just over the bar. Well, it was a good position because it was very central. Tony could have gone either way. And here we go. It is Thierry that's going to come on.
And it's not going to be, it's going to be Mercurio, who's, I think, has played quite well, to be totally honest. He's put in a good, hard game. And Thierry now to come on.
Copped a couple of knocks, so...
and I guess this is his opportunity now to replay the club.
Saw him a couple of weeks ago, Tony, and he came in for some criticism from the commentary team. So you're right, this is a chance for Thierry to redeem himself on the biggest stage. Croydon like the big stage. They trail 2-1 at the moment.
As the goal kick gets taken, Welsh now gets it to Weens, tries to find Simic. Good work there by Martella. Still one of my best on that park. Brazzali now wins the ball, goes to Toure. Toure tries to go in board. come off on the Ento. Toure, good work there by Toure.
And he beat 3.
He beat 3. Klimek now goes all the way back and finds Mbesiga, who switches play. Martinello now, grandstand side. Wants to go long. He eventually does. He's looking up there for Interior. Couldn't get to it. It will be cleared Welsh now.
Just would like to see a little bit more intensity from Intieri.
Well, this is it. This is it.
So Simic now hugging the line. He's got 3 to beat, wins a free kick. So well done to Simic for the Comets. Wins a free kick right in front of his team's coach's box. Fouls conceded by Croydon.
By Croydon, 2 in this half. Thank you to Chemist King Hectorville.
So 26 minutes gone this second half. Time not an issue yet, as it's only 2-1 in favour of the Comets. And the Comets have a free kick, and it's Briscoe to take it. He'll probably put it to the edge of the tip of the 18-yard box. That's where the players have converged. That's the way it goes, and Basagar gets his head on it. Only as far as Travaglione, who goes back to Dittmar. Dittmar chips the ball forward to no one in particular, turns it over, but Travaglione leaves it for Interior, who handballed it. So free kick to the Comets on the halfway line. It'll be Tobias, no hurry to take it. Nice sunshine here today in Adelaide, wherever you might be watching. It's winter here, but...
Yeah, the wind's just dropped. It's just perfect conditions.
Carachir now on the halfway line. Visconti, Carachir, good combination. Carachir tries to put Toure through, but didn't come off. Lecornu tidies up for the Comets. But they haven't given up, Tony.
No, there was a split second too late by Carachir, and probably not enough venom on that pass.
Venom?
It was the right thing to do, but just couldn't find Toure. Goes over his head now. It should be cleared here by Lecornu. Eventually he is. Goes to Klimek, goes short, finds Interior. Here's an opportunity now for Klimek!
First time.
Can he get a shot in? It comes off of a player there of Comets. And again, good work there by Croydon. They certainly haven't given up.
Just watch this on the replay. I know I'm being probably a little bit harsh, but Klimek could have maybe gone first time. Nice ball, centred right near the penalty spot. Too much time. And you had 4 players around you, just whack it.
I think it was a little bit behind him, Paul. That's why he had to adjust there.
Okay, they have a corner kick. Croydon Kings, Visconti to take it. Plenty of movement in the box from the white shirts. Oh, not a good corner by Visconti. Might come off. Carachir with a volley from distance. And Thierry still in the box. And a chance, shoots. Cleared off the line. Croydon, great determination. Great G&D here. And, well, Brazzali can't complain about the effort as Martinello gets it into the box again. Dittmar heads it away. Only as far as Carachir. Tries a little chip. Anianto hacks it. High more than anything. Klimek under it. Oh, that should be a free kick. It's not a free kick to Klimek, actually. Not Carter. Anyway, we just see that Carter's all right. He is. And Croydon wasting no time into the box. And, gee, Skeffington tried to get a toe on it. Maybe could have done a little bit better. It'll be a free kick to the goalie, if anything.
I think so it is, Paul.
Just quickly on the replay. Carachir, Klimek. Straight away into the box. No time to think. Bit more attack from Skeffington, although saying that he still gave away a free kick. So if he went harder, would have been even more of a free kick, if that makes sense. Or is it a goal kick?
Oh, it might have been a goal kick, but saying that, Croydon have certainly put pressure. They haven't given it away. As the goal kick gets taken. Visconti again, misjudged that totally. It fell luckily for Simic here. Goes to Welsh, back to Simic. They can't afford to take another one, Croydon, because it will really take the steam out of them and it could be over. As it'll be a throw in here. We're in the 75th minute of this game. Comets 2, Croydon 1. As Simic leaves it for Anianto to take this throw.
Milking the clock already, Tony?
I think it's a little bit too early to be doing that. There's still at least 15 to 20 minutes in this game left. As Simic now shields that ball. Comes off of Toure. There'll be another throw in here. 2 Comets. Anianto now. Just wants some movement. There's not a lot there. Welsh eventually gives him a target. Turns, gets it in board. Not a bad cross, but it comes to Rocky Visconti. Visconti releases that ball, and Panagaris. Panagaris goes to Intieri, back to Panagaris. Panagaris to Visconti, to Intieri. Sidesteps the player, should have stayed up then. Klimek releases Intieri. Got players in front of him. Karachia. Got two Comets players. Does well, Karachia. Get the ball in, son. He's got nowhere to go. He needs some help, certainly. But gee, the effort that he's put in, and eventually he gives away a free kick.
Frustration more than anything there. He's probably asking, why didn't I get the first one?
I'm not sure it was there though, Paul.
No, it wasn't there, but I think Cassandra, it was in the commentary. Where was his support? Toure could have got a little bit closer to him. And in the end, just in frustration, poor old Karachia gives away 2 against 1. You would think Toure saw what was going on. He should have come more in front of the player.
Everybody seemed to be watching.
yeah, well, that's right. He's mesmerised, possibly. So, foul conceded by the Croydon Kings. It's not for the lack of trying here, 2-1. They've put up a very gallant effort today. And just here in the crowd, just under 3,000, Tony. The Federation would be pretty happy with that. The weather reports try to scare the people away. They've got it wrong all week, the weather reporters. Beautiful sunshine here today. As from the clearance now, Brazzali hacks it forward. Intieri, Skeffington, Dittmar got his head on it. Tobias did well to get there. Carter now wants to take on Panagaris. It's a foot race. Panagaris, Carter. Carter holds it up now. One way, then the other. Carter goes, chips it into the box. And now it's cleared by Klimek up to the halfway line. Skeffington heads it on to Karachia, who's probably sucking in the big ones. Hacked forward. Brazzali over his head. Weens for the Comets now. Tip of the box. 45-degree angle. Lays it off to Briscoe. Briscoe had the ball taken off his feet by Visconti. Beautiful play, and Croydon are away.
Croydon now. Visconti finds Toure. Is he going to take them on? He's got Klimek there to help him out. He's got to get that ball in. Can't afford to lose the ball there. They've lost it. He should have got that cross in. He had the opportunity. And now on the counter-attack, it's Comets. They go short, find Klimek. Tobias. Now they got numbers. Carter. Briscoe's there if he wants him. Weens wants it. Eventually Carter takes the shot. Probably not a good option. Ball comes down. Klimek. Not a good clearance by him. Goes to Weens. I should say it goes to Welsh. Welsh now goes inboard. And Ianto. Back to Welsh. Just absorbing some time. Simic goes short to Carter. They tried to play the 1-2. Doesn't come off.
Flag up handball, I think.
It is a handball.
Off Martinello.
Or
was it?
Here.
Maybe not.
No, did the ball go out then, Paul?
Must have.
Must have gone out.
Spurs?
Yep, that's what they've called.
So Croydon now in their defensive half. Klimek, the captain, needs to inspire. G turns it over instead. And now Carter in the centre circle for the Comets. Plays it short to Simic. Simic short again to Briscoe. To Carter. Nice through ball to Weens. He's in the box. Shoots! Saved by the feet of Munro. But it's still a save nevertheless. A little bit too easy just watching the replay. Weens. Good first time shot, Tony.
Yeah,
no time to think. Boom. And a good save in the end by Munro.
Gee, I just noticed some really sluggish legs. Klimek, even Toure then, you know, weeks ago, earlier in the game, we'd see him turn that guy around and take him, but just a bit sluggish right at this minute.
Briscoe high with a boot. Oh, and he wins a free. No, I've got to see this on the replay. You've got to be kidding me. Can I have a look?
He did charge him, and then...
Oh, please.
What about that?
What about the high footed to Karachi's head? Yeah, there we go again. Just third time lucky. Oh,
he didn't change the decision.
Well, what came first? The high foot came first before the charge.
I think you're right there, Paul. But anyway, Briscoe's got the ball now. Croydon have to be really careful now. We're in the 80th minute of this game. Briscoe now goes far post, looking up there for Weens. Good work there by Visconti. Got his head to it, the ball goes out. It'll be a throw in here To the Comets.
Any movement down there, Spells?
Yeah, Nicholson's about to come on, I think.
So Theo going to the bench for the Comets.
A huge difference in experience on that bench for the Comets.
Oh yeah, geez, the depth.
Yeah, Bure as well. He's sniffing around, so looks like Bure might be coming on.
Gee, Klimek fortuitously left it for his keeper, can I say? As Croydon now through through Martinello, played it up the line. Lacornu getting in the way. Simic stolen off him by Carachir. Oh! Poor old Carachir is probably thinking.
I honestly don't think there was much in that one either.
Yeah, let's have a look on the replay. Does that tell us any more? Probably a little bit late on that. But anyway, Daniel Cook is our referee out there in the middle.
Yeah, first time I reckon I saw Daniel just second guess himself a little bit there. He let it run and then made a decision.
Don't know if we can call him the captain today.
Oh yeah, he's always the captain.
Oh, I don't know about that. As we are going to the bench, or the Comets I should say, going to the bench. Well, that's interesting. Maybe just
like for like, perhaps.
Yep. So Stefan Simic coming off for the Adelaide Comets. And number 12, Matthew Bure coming on. Is it the green beret?
Yes, it is Bure. Just had a bit of more speed up there.
I think time's the issue now, Tony.
I think you're right.
81.5 in the game. Time's becoming the enemy for the Croydon Kings.
As Croydon now, Panagaris should have gone inside to Visconti. Won't do so. Here's Interi. Tries to get a first-time ball across. Doesn't work for him.
Chase, son, chase!
Tobias gets it through, looking for Weens. Won't find him. Eventually, Croydon should come away with the ball. It's Panagaris. Gets it long. Tries to find Skeffington. The legs are just about out of steam there.
The spell said it. Just out of juice.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage of the game, they might as well start to try and throw players forward and hope that they don't get done on the counter-attack. But, Paul, they've got to get one back. There's no tomorrow on this one. And with about 10, maybe 12 minutes to go in this game, maybe a little bit longer, as Carter tries to go past Panagaris. Eventually, the ball goes out, and it'll be a throw-in here to the Comets.
Well, we don't have a Claymore Wines man of the match as such today, but I suppose if we have to give a man of the match today, I think Carter would be up there on the winning team for the Comets. Best player, maybe we could call it. Martinello for Croydon Kings. Still early though. Croydon might pull something out of the bag as Carter remonstrates. It's a goal kick to the Croydon Kings, who trailed 2-1 to the Adelaide Comets. 38 and a bit gone this second half. It is the Federation Cup final and a ticket to the FFA Cup final 32. Chance to show yourself on the national stage. As the Croydon Kings now have the ball in their defensive half, albeit, poor turnover. Bore now. Bore tried a through ball. Geez, it's come to Briscoe fortuitously. Bore wants it back, gets it back. Thought about the shot first time, maybe should have gone, but Brazzali did very well to get it to Visconti. But Welsh equally good to steal it off him. It's Briscoe back to Welsh. Welsh now for the Comets, back to Briscoe. A few party tricks coming out now. And Martinello says, you're not getting past me. And that'll be a throw into the Comets.
Costanzo on.
Coming off is number 7, Al-Hassan Toure.
Dominic Costanzo, who also looked good when he came on a couple of weeks ago.
Famous name here at Highmarsh Stadium / Cooper Stadium. His dad, one of the assistants here at the Croydon Kings. Young little Domenico Costanzo, named after his grandfather, so I'll give it the Italian feel. As Bore now for the Comets. Martinello for the Croydon Kings. Hacks it forward, Anianto in no man's land. Carachir, he's actually probably up there as well for the best for Croydon. Hasn't given up all game. Nutmegs as well. Beautiful 1-2 there with Costanzo. And it's Carachir, but he's felled and wins a free kick. No, it's play on. I'll tell you.
Look at him up and chasing though again.
Bore turns. Martinello has nothing of it. Ditmar does what he has to do on the halfway line for the Comets. Anianto now up the line to Bore, cut out by Martinello. Concedes the throw in, but the young fella has put in a great shift as well as Comets go to the boundary line.
For the Adelaide Comets coming off is number 11.
A couple more
Balamanos.
Karachirs, they might have
Yeah.
done a little bit better in this game.
Who's come
Just
off spell, sorry?
Balamanos is coming on. He hasn't allowed it.
Not yet. So throw into the Comets. 40, almost 41 minutes gone, so time definitely the enemy now for the Croydon Kings as they trail 2-1 to the Comets. Free kick, surely going the way of Croydon this time. And Daniel Cook very generous giving it to Croydon in their last line of defence, if I could say.
It's that do or die down here, and you're right, there is no tomorrow here, so, you know, it sounds a bit odd, but I'd nearly get some fresh legs on for Luke. He just looks so sluggish, and we know how much of a terrier he is, but he just turned that ball over in the middle there through just sheer tiredness.
Briscoe now is coming off.
So Theo Sionis there, pretty comfortable, 2-1 up. Tired legs from Croydon, and there you go, point in question. Has the referee seen offside? It is offside.
Yep.
That's the Comets.
I think now is the time for Croydon to start pushing players up. Paul's no use having
100%.
four behind
No,
here. They've got to push players up. They've really got to take it on now. Do or die. There's no difference between 2-1 and 3-1.
So as Presley would say, it's now or never.
You're spot on.
It's
They've still got
bizarrely.
3 at the back, Paul. That's the only problem.
Oh.
Do they need them?
Oh, you need a three at least, not to make it embarrassing. Intieri, fresh, airy. Skeffington plays it back to Intieri. Intieri back to Skeffington, Visconti. Intieri now, what can he do? Can he make a star of himself? Poor ball, turns it over. Lacornu says thank you very much. Could have almost been a free kick to Weens. Played for it and got it. They've had the rub of the green, if I may say, this afternoon
I
from
think that was
Captain
soft,
Cook.
to be honest. That was soft, but it was there probably. Got him from behind.
Oh, was it? Made a bit of a, did a bit of a, who's that bloke from Richmond?
Oh, Rance.
Rance, did a bit of a rance
Did
there.
a rance on him.
As Dittmar gets it forward, looking up there for a Bure. Bure now. He's got 2 players in board. Gets it over. Tries to find Weeds, and there's the winner.
No.
Oh, no. That's a great save there.
Great save.
I saw that in the back of the net, I'll be honest.
I was waiting for the net to bulge as well. It's Carter. Great save with the feet
Great
again
save.
of Munro. Corner kick.
Number 2.
I was going to say, Cassandra, you might want to make your way down to the...
Get down there.
Get down there with spells and get some player reaction and action. So next time we'll be hearing from Cassandra to be on the pitch there with you, Spells, to get some emotion, raw emotion from the winning team. Unless Croydon can pull off a Houdini here. Skeffington now to Karachia, who's done blood, sweat and tears this afternoon. Visconti, bit quiet for mine, but maybe coming back, lacking a bit of fitness. Martinello been really good today. Martinello. Costanzo. Costanzo wins the throw in. Martinello, the youngsters combining for the Croydon Kings. Intieri. Costanzo, Intieri in the box. Intieri looking for Costanzo. And he wins the corner for Croydon. So 88, 89.
Well, they've just about got to get everybody in the box now, Paul.
Bar the keeper.
Bar the keeper.
Yeah, and all the Comets are all up there as well. There's
11 defending.
And it will be...
Panagaris could probably be up there.
Visconti too close to the keeper here, I reckon.
Not a good punch. Not cleared. Free kick picked up by the referee. Rub of the green, Tony? What's that expression on your face? See if our replay can see something we
Maybe
did.
just bullying the keeper a little bit.
Oh,
I didn't think the keeper was too
protected
close
species.
to that, to be totally
Yeah,
honest.
I agree with you, Tony.
But
Anyway.
yeah, we're into the 90th minute of this game. It's only 30 seconds plus added time. That's all Croydon have got to try and salvage something.
We'll go to extra time if they can get an equaliser.
The point is, if they go to extra time, have they got the legs to see out another 30
anything
minutes?
can
Anything
happen.
can happen.
But I'd say Comets still look like they haven't got out of maybe third gear and a 4-speed. They have the throw in on the far side. Wayne's now looks like they
gentlemen, there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of time added on. 3 minutes.
Probably heard that. A minimum of 3 as Wayne's trying to win the corner.
Free kick.
He's won the free kick.
And they'll probably take 3 minutes to take this free kick, Paul.
Well, just soaking up the clock now. Referee Cook just indicating he's going to add on time here. So the Comets, last time they were here against Metro Stars, were on the losing side, especially Weens and Welshie. Balomenos, I reckon, was part of that losing team as Croydon win the goal kick and probably have 2.5 minutes or just under 2 minutes to do something. They'll need to do it quick. Goals coming from Terence Carter and Andreas Weens for Comets, and Martinello converting a penalty for the Croydon Kings.
As Klimek now tries to send them forward, tries to find Skeffington. Visconti now goes out wide. Costanzo now. A little ding. I'm not sure he was looking for
Klimek, no, Skeffington, sorry, but they weren't on the same wavelength. And I can see what Domenico was trying to do there.
But he probably should have gone back post there, Paul. Might have caused
should
a little
have,
bit
could
more
have.
problem.
Hindsight's always a beautiful thing.
But, it will be cleared there. That was Brazali. Klimek goes out wide, finds Panagaris. Back to Klimek. This could be their last opportunity to go forward. Skeffington now has got players everywhere around him. Karachia's got players everywhere around him. Visconti, little back heel for Klimek. Goes out wide. Panagaris now. They've got players in the box. He's just got to find a way to get this ball across. Good work there by Travaglione. Can Panagaris get the cross?
That was the moment.
Oh, my word.
That was the moment, and Travaglione did enough to see it over the line too. You feel that might have been the moment for the Croydon Kings to salvage extra time, and it's going to be the Comets to make their final change. Mitch Nicholson coming on. And Terence Carter coming off. The goal scorer started it off this afternoon for the Comets. And Martinello equalised with a penalty. And Weens giving Comets the lead and probably the win this afternoon. Gee, they got depth, haven't they, Tony? It's pretty good when you got Mitch Nicholson coming off the bench.
Exactly, and that is the difference between the two teams today.
You know, I've got to say they were gallant, Croydon.
Oh, look, if you were their coach, you couldn't really be other than losing the game, which is a disappointment. Under the circumstances,
you'd
the
be
players
proud,
they've
wouldn't
got
you?
missing, you'd be pretty happy. Let's not give them away. There's still a couple of minutes to go.
No, 1 minute of extra time.
1 minute of extra time. Here we go. Costanzo now with players all around him. Anianto will clear this ball. Karachia.
Oh, that's...
and that's
be careful.
That's the whistle, is it? No.
That's... is Karachia on a yellow?
No, he's not. No.
No, that's all
That
right.
was sensible, but the captain.
Yeah. He hasn't stopped trying all day, Karachia. It's Martinello now, chips it forward.
No players in there.
Dittmar, sun in the eyes. Visconti, he's going to leave it for Panagaris. We've played 3.5 minutes of extra time.
Yeah, he's got to get the ball
Gets
in.
it into the
Eventually
box,
does.
and Thierry!
Oh, and Thierry nearly did it.
That's the moment, and
that
that's
was
it.
the moment. It didn't work. That was a great header and a great save.
Torres, and let's have a look at that on the replay. And Thierry could have made a hero of himself, or at least bring it to extra time. Beautiful ball by Panagaris into the box of Thierry. That is the final whistle, and it's the Comets through to the last 32 of the FFA Cup to represent South Australia on the national stage. It's the Adelaide Comets running out victors, 2-1 over the very gallant and courageous Croydon Kings. And we've got Andrew Sperling down there with Cassandra to get some raw emotion, unless security's keeping him off the pitch, which I don't think they are. And, well, Brazali would be proud, probably wouldn't be happy because he's lost, but I think he'd be proud of the fight that Croydon put up to the Comets. The odds were against them, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. The odds were against them, but they put up a mighty fight, and I certainly didn't take a backward step. And I thought that they were every bit as good as Comets. They had opportunities, They played well right through. I mean, they had some very, very good players.
Let's see if Cassandra's down there. Spells. I've lost Spells. He's probably with Croydon.
Yeah, Croydon don't want to speak, boys.
Fair enough.
A bit sooky.
Oh.
Well, you know.
Yeah, fair
Congratulations,
enough.
Nathan.
Semi-pro sport.
Down to Cassandra.
So, very tight game there. So what did you think you did right? So more clinical in front of goal?
Absolutely. I mean, we've been working hard the last few weeks. And look, we had a couple clear-cut chances and we took them, you know. I felt like defensively we did everything right all day. A little bit of a questionable decision down there. That's the way it's going to go sometimes. But look, I think all over the pitch we set up well and we all did our job. The boys.
Definitely, and obviously, defensively there. Questionable penalty by yourself, but all around the game, you were pretty much solid defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, when you've got 4 boys across the back that are always backing you up, you know, you can't really go wrong. If one makes a mistake, the others are going to cover. So really happy with it.
And on the national stage now, so what are your thoughts on that? And obviously very excited.
Oh, look, I think it's a first of the club, so everyone around here is really looking forward to it. That's our goal, really. All the boys that have come here the last few years, we're looking to really get some exposure on the national stage, and hopefully we can get a bit of a lucky draw and get through all right.
Good luck and all the best.
Let's
well done, Nathan.
See who Andrew's got down there. Spells?
Yeah, I got the skipper here, Welshie, that must feel like a bit of not a monkey off the back, but for you guys that have been building and really working towards something like this, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think in the past, in those big games, we haven't stepped up, and today we grinded it out and got the job done. Got back to 1-1, but then showed our composure and went back to 2-1 and sealed it. So definitely, finally win something. There's nothing better. So we're going to have a good night.
Nothing better. And, you know, to go on the national stage now, I think you're a really well-equipped group to do that. You're nice and deep. You know, you got plenty of, you know, do you want to get in there? Sorry, Welshie. Your head across the top. You know, you've got a big, deep squad. You should be able to manage it.
100%. We've made even some new signings to strengthen it again. So, you know, the names we've got, we should be winning things. So, you know, that's one for the season. Let's make it another and just keep going from there.
Well, you'll be able to lift some silverware tonight for your boys. Congratulations, Welsh.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What about Theo, the coach there, Spells? Cassandra, get in there, see if we can get some action and reaction. It's got to be happy, Theo, after the monkey off the back, as he said, Spells.
Yeah, absolutely. Theo would be one happy man.
Oh, look, absolutely, mate. As I said a few years ago when we first started, that we want to be playing on these occasions, and grand finals, anything can happen. You know, Croydon are a great side and made us work hard for it. So.
Yeah, you've got to, you know, throw credit to them. I mean, things haven't been going quite right for them. I think anyone that rolled up today and thought that it was just going to be a rollover for the Comets didn't know them too well. And but from your guys, I thought after 15 minutes, balanced up, really finished that first half strongly. They came out very hard in that second half, and you're able to get the job done.
Yeah, so credit to the boys for being able to come back, and you know, I think we created some good chances that you know, could have killed the game off a little bit earlier. But as I said, credit to Croydon, they kept going, and I said made us work the last seconds of the game to win it. But you know, it's credit to the club, credit to the boys, and people that put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes. You know, a president that started 20 years ago that's worked tirelessly to give us an opportunity to compete at these stages. You know, this goes out to people like that. So.
And I know we talked about this before. You still hearing me up there?
Absolutely.
I know we talked about this before, but bringing a group together might sound and look fantastic on paper, but it needs a whole lot more than that to, you know, to cajole them all together, to make them play for each other, to have that Comets jumper on and play for that. So a lot has to go to you and your staff for that. And still building, do you think?
Absolutely, we're a club that's always looking to improve. You know, and a team on paper means absolutely nothing. You know, it's what happens on the pitch that counts. So, and you see that happen all over the world. You know, on paper it's irrelevant. You know, it's how the team gels and how they perform on the day.
Well, T, I've got to congratulate you, mate. Next couple of few weeks, really important for your club, as well as trying to hang in there in the MPL as well. So, congratulations today. Make the most of it, mate. Enjoy.
Thanks, mate. You guys do an amazing job. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Thea.
Cassandra, down to you.
Yes, Julian Torreson with me. Congratulations, Julian.
Thank you.
Once again. That save at the end there, that must have been obviously a game-winning save pretty much there.
Yeah, it was very tight at the end there. It's really hard to see. But just happy to hold on to it and just get the win.
For sure, and thoughts on the performance as a whole, as a team?
Oh, the boys did really well. They were very solid. I don't think they had too many shots today on target at all, and they got a penalty. Unfortunately, couldn't get to that, but it was, we prevailed and we got back up again. So.
And on the national stage now, next, what are your thoughts on that, and what can you do facing the big giants there?
Well, it's we've got a really good squad here and a big squad, so believe that I'm sure we can take it to a lot of teams nationally.
Sure, and all the best. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Good on you, Cassandra. I think we've got spells with Luke Klimek.
Yeah, I have. I got the skipper from Croydon here, and obviously a disappointed bunch. But I've got to say, Luke, this year has not been easy for you guys. You've lost a lot of players that would be in your starting 11 without a doubt. And I've got to say, you've got to be pretty proud of your group today.
Yeah, for sure. We lost 7 players from our championship-winning team last year. That was just in the pre-season, and then now we've lost another 4 through injury for the rest of the season. So to go through a whole team, a whole 11, we've lost, but everyone's stepped up. The young kids, Adam, Kieran's been stepping up, Alassane on the wing. Everyone's just played really well, and I'm really proud to captain them. And
so you should, Luke. I mean, obviously there's a winner and loser no matter which way we look at it. Sometimes, to go through something like this, I know you've been running with obviously the NPLSA and also the FFA Cup, so to even qualify for that, I think you've done an amazing job. And again, I'm hoping that all of your supporters, etc., watch today and don't feel deflated at all and think, hey, what a brave bunch of guys we are, what an honour it is to follow them. And, you should be proud of these guys.
Yeah, I think all the supporters are proud of us. They know what situation we're in, and we're doing our best, and that's all we can do. Like, no one expected us to even be here. Everyone wrote us off this week. I guess they were right for the first time in 4 times that we've been in a final, so good on them. But it's an achievement to get in the final, I guess. So yeah.
Absolutely, and you changed things around a little bit today. Had some smaller blokes up front. I'm not sure whether that was a bit of a philosophy to try to, hassle their backs and create some chances, but some of your boys really worked their butts off today. They really extra efforts all over the ground.
Yeah, everyone, Paddy was our 9, he's not a typical 9, and he worked his ass off and did as much as he could, Unfortunately, we haven't been scoring goals, so we had to mix it up a bit, so yeah, it just wasn't our day.
It wasn't, and hey, now you'd be able to refocus, put your efforts into the NPL where you got some big games ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Big game against Bacala this week, so 8 games to try to survive, so that's our aim.
A couple of nice cold baths for you, and we'll see you out there on the weekend. Thanks for chatting with us, Luke.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good work there, Spells. Especially losing Tony. It's very hard to talk after your team loses, but yeah, very courageous and very gallant they were.
Yeah, spot on. As the players received their medals, Paul, I saw the game as obviously I think Comets deserve to win. Overall, they deserve to win this game, and as Spell said before, it's a pressure off of them because really they were expected to win this game. They're expected to. Because of the players and that they've brought into this club, they're expected to win silverware. The pressure is on them. So this is a start for them. So it could open the gates up for them to win a lot more. But looking at Croydon, as I said, if I was their coach, and I'm sure that Mark Rosali would know that this was a Herculean performance by them. I thought that they played as well.
A few boys getting on the wagon here and loving every second of it.
As they possibly could under the circumstances, Paul.
Yeah, no, spot on. No, you're right, Spells. That's what it's all about.
Didn't have my headphones on. I didn't realise that you two would be in an analytical discussion. I apologise about that.
It's all right, mate. It's grand final day and emotions. This is what it's all about, capturing the emotions. You've got Michael Carter down there, Spells. You might want to see if he's happy with proceedings and just under 3,000 in attendance today. Have a quick chat with him and see what's on the horizon. There's a $26 million grant from the government, and down to you, Spells, if you want.
3,000 people here today. You'd have to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good turnout for a public holiday Monday. That was the thought behind it. It was a much bigger crowd than last year, so it was, we are very pleased.
Yeah, and I'm sure the weatherman tried to scare a few people away, and we were pre-game thinking we were going to get a bit drenched, but you know, again, we had a bit of luck and we got through it. And I've got to say, you know, for Croydon, who have been doing it a little bit tough, to come out and push and scratch and do everything they could, and for Comets, who were very well set and got a lot of depth, it was a really good spectacle for SA Soccer.
Yeah, we had a very good representation in the box, and everybody really enjoyed themselves today. Premier Stephen Marshall was here, Corey Wingard, Sports Minister. They were very pleased as well. So we had the game was excellent. With Croydon, you're always going to get a great contest there. You've got a lot of heart, a lot of spirit. And it's great that Comets have now got something to put in their brand new headquarters at Ellis Park, so congratulations to them.
Yeah, and I think if we looked at it as a big picture, probably the Comets with their depth and to have that strength to be able to roll on into the FFA Cup now. Not saying they were the best team for it, but I think they're going to give it a decent shot.
Well, they're a big club, well led by Jim. They got a great lot. They got a lot of depth, as you say, on the national stage. I reckon they'll do us proud. So we wish them very well.
And what's in the next few weeks for FFSA?
Well, I guess it's a bit of a reset after the Cup and then planning for the final series. We're in the middle of finalising our new 3 to 5 year strategic plan. And then we'll get set for the end of year awards night and continue with our facility developments and get ready for the state headquarters. And we got a bit on, but it's very positive. So we look forward to the rest of the year.
Suppose, can you ask him the timeline for the Jeps Cross project?
Yes, most certainly. Paul was just asking a bit of a timeline for the Jeps Cross development.
New government, so we're waiting for them to get the wheels in motion from that point of view, from a sports point of view. We'll meet with the Sports Minister in the coming weeks. We expect 2020, 2021, and we'll be done. We'll be in our new headquarters.
Is there any jeopardy because of the change of government of the funds?
No jeopardy with regards to the change of government with funding?
No.
Fantastic, just a timing thing.
Yes, correct.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much for your time. Always a pleasure, Michael.
So our boundary riders, Andrew Spelling and Cassandra down there, you still get some raw emotion, guys. Get in the middle of it, don't be scared. Because this is what it's all about, Tony, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's a great emotion. As we said, this club, it's been a while coming, Paul.
Those ambient mics are really picking it up, aren't they?
I think there'll be a few hours drunk tonight, Paul, do you think?
Got Tommy Briscoe here. Nice change for you, Tommy, and got some metal around that neck.
Yeah, that's why I moved, mate, so it's worked out for the best. So I'm pretty happy for the club and the boys and the president and staff that have been working hard for something like this. So it's good to come to fruition for them, I suppose.
And what about you, young fella? You got something to say for us?
Say comments?
He's frozen.
Say dog. Good boy. Say dada.
And how's your form? What are you thinking of yourself? Happy with where you're at?
I've been struggling with a knee, to be honest. I had a op late last year, and when I came back from that little MCL tear, it hasn't repaired too well, so still struggling a little bit. Might actually have a couple weeks off now just to recuperate, but life's getting pretty busy with work and a little one, so to win something, you don't know how long you've got left, I suppose.
Absolutely, Tommy, and considering the best is in front of you, a lot to look forward to with the second half of the year. Good luck, Tommy.
Well, Cassandra and Andrew Spelling down there on the pitch. Victor's Comets 2-1 over the Croydon Kings. And a good crowd today, Tony. The weather people did try and scare the people away, but touch wood. Beautiful sunny pitch, blue skies, bit of cloud, but all in all, I suppose the bookies weren't far off with the odds.
I thoroughly enjoyed the game, Paul. I think it's one of the better finals that I've seen and been involved in. And I think both teams put up a great show for a good crowd. We couldn't have asked for better. At the end of the day, the best team won, and they'll go on to bigger and better things. And as I said, Croydon should hold their heads up high because they put in a tremendous performance. We can't say anything more than that.
Well, they're the boys.
Hey, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, we've got boys from 7 or 8 years old down here up to 13, 14, 15, just united, supporting their group. And surely this is what grassroots football is all about.
no doubt about that. As you can see on screen, pictures of the winning team there in the goal mouth here at Cooper Stadium. For those of you around the rest of the world, Highmarsh Stadium as you would know it. But it's been a while though. The Comets have spent money, got a lot of good players from a lot of other clubs. Is this maybe the start of something big for them, Tony?
Well, I think it's opened the door now, Paul. I mean, they needed to win something. For the amount of
money they've spent,
the amount of talent they've got at this club, they needed to win something. This is the monkey off their back. This is the pressure release, and I think now, as Michael Carter said, they'll do us proud. They're a good team. They are a good team. If they go out there with the same confidence they went out there today, they will do us proud when they enter the next stage.
Well, it's good to see you, Theo. Just asking if the supporters can come onto the pitch and share this moment with the team. And top class to the security here, Tony, have said yes. Common sense, Adelaide venue management, great people to work with, and common sense prevailing there. You wouldn't normally see this, but the spectators sharing, basking in the glory of their team, the Comets.
Yeah, fantastic. I've got Tommy Dittmar down here with me, and Tom, obviously a big move to go to the Comets after, starting your career at Berks and forging a brilliant career, but here you are, buddy, in first season into the FFA Cup Final 32, which must be super exciting.
It's unbelievable. Leaving Berks was one of the hardest things I've honestly had to decide in my life, and then geez, the way it's turned out in the first year to make the final here, still be alive in the top 6 in the league. Everything's just working out so well since I've moved. I can't thank everyone involved at the Comets enough for making this happen and possible.
Yeah, well, I said to Theo, it's all right to bring a bunch of guys together and think, hey, we've got a bit of talent, but that's just part of it. And to, have a bit of feeling and work towards some goals. Yeah. It looks like it's all sort of starting to fall into place.
I think the thing is, everyone in our team has such drives to get success. A lot of us have never achieved it. A lot haven't for a long time. So everyone from day one, so we're winning something this year. Hopefully we're winning both, and geez, we've done it. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I thought you were a red hot chance last year and just petered out a little bit at the end. But Theo seems to change things up a little bit, and maybe, just maybe, and you're deep enough to go as far as you want to go in the NPLSA.
Yeah, we've got so much talent in this team, and each week I think it's starting to gel better and better. And geez, it's scary, I think, the potential that we could have it going forward this year and even in this cup on a national stage.
Yeah, hugely excited. Get in those.
Isn't that a great sight, though, Tony, to see the spectators actually enjoying and sharing the spoils with their team?
That's what it's all
on
about.
The pitch. Yeah, but you don't see this often.
No, you don't see it too often, and good on them. But this is what I said. They've been
grassroots.
They've been building to this for so long, Paul. It's just a pressure release at the moment for their whole club. Good on them. Good on to Theo. Great job, and good on the club.
It's good grassroots football to see the youngsters to stay here and watch their club, watch their team. And look, Croydon had some great support as well because they were very vocal. And when that second goal came, Tony, it sort of took the crowd out of the equation. They went very quiet for Croydon, and Comets just got through.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, I couldn't speak highly enough of Croydon under the circumstances of losing so many players at the beginning of the year and losing so many players leading up to this game, Paul. It's not easy to get a team out in the park.
11th on the table, Tony. As I said, I think Mark Roselli will be very proud of the boys tonight.
Well, the problem they've got now, Paul, is they have to concentrate on the league.
Survival,
try and survive and get this out of their head very, very quickly because they have an important match on Saturday.
Now, what about the Comets? They do have a game in hand. They're in 4th spot. If they win that game in hand, they're still 4 points behind the leaders, Campbelltown City. But could this be used as a springboard for them?
Definitely.
This is belief. No hangover?
This is belief now.
Okay.
This is belief they can go further, and I think that this is the best thing that could have happened to this club.
Good. Happy?
Yeah.
I got Andreas Weens here with me, and another one that sort of has come to the Comets and looking for some success, and you found a little bit, Andreas.
Yeah, it took us 3 years, but we got there in the end. So.
And you haven't finished yet, hopefully.
No, hopefully got a year or two left in me still. So. my body's slowing down, but I still got a bit in me.
Yeah, well, it's going to test you, obviously, now going into the round of 32 in the FFA Cup and still trying to keep your eye on the local prize, stretching things.
Yeah, it's generally pretty busy towards the season. We don't get a break. I don't know, halfway through the season, we don't even get a break at all, and then we've got the cup in between, the 33, so it's a pretty tight schedule with everyone working, but I think the club's managing it pretty well at the moment with the recoveries and that, so it's been good.
And I tell you, if that doesn't excite you to play on a national stage, not only for the Comets but individually for all of you blokes, pretty thrilling, hey?
It's very exciting. I mean, not often that you get to play against A-League teams or whoever you might draw, so it's very exciting. Might go interstate, go for a trip with the boys, so it's good.
And what about a Weems bicycle kick? We're going to see one?
What about a what?
A bicycle kick from you on the big stage. Come on, Andre.
I tried. It didn't work today, but maybe in the future.
That's right. Did you get Briscoe? Did you kick his foot in the box there going for that?
Yeah, he came through me, so.
Look, congratulations. Enjoy. Good luck in the next few weeks. Great job.
Well done, Andrew Spelling down there.
Yeah. The happy boys down here with me too.
Here we go. Mate, one of the best days in the club's history. I mean, it's a young club, but we're going to be up there. We want to be the best club in the state, and we're striving to do it, and by winning these competitions, that's the way you do it. So look at this. You don't get this at any other club. This is a special club, and it's a special club for everyone. So
I was going to say the same thing. It's a snapshot looking on the side and seeing guys from 7 or 8 years old to 14 and 15 100%. To have 30 or 40 kids that were absolutely engaged into this.
It is
wonderful stuff for the Comets.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate your support as well for the local game. It's very important. So without it, we wouldn't be here. So you know what?
Oh, I don't think BT even gets a kiss on the forehead.
That's a first.
Oh, good work, Spells. And well, that's true, and a few people have commented on forums, Tony, that there's no more radio broadcast as such on the mainstream radio. I mean, we thank Adelaide Web Radio for getting on board to give people a chance in this modern day using their smart devices to still listen to the game if they're driving or if they're unable to watch or are a bit worried about the data. So he's what that bloke said on the pitch, it's very true, because whilst this is a great platform to have the game out on, we've lost mainstream radio coverage. I mean, we have web radio. I know that's the future, and I know the demographics is who use it, but still, the old fellas,
I agree.
They can't listen.
You said, in the car, you can't exactly be watching it, so it is a shame. Whether something can be done about that, I'm not so sure. But
have you lost a bit of thing there?
Not sure.
He lost a bit of his thing a long time ago.
Oh,
thanks, mate.
He's got the old conference with a kiss on the head there, hasn't he, Spurs? Well, guys, we might wrap things up here. I think the emotion has been shown, and the spectators have shown it beautifully, and the camera guys have picked it up beautifully as well. And as we said with Michael Carter, just under 3,000 here today. I think a good day, beautiful day for soccer. If the anti-soccer mafia on the weather forecast weren't so gloom and doomish, we might have even got a few more there. But nevertheless, it was the favourites running our victors today. The Adelaide Comets defeating the Croydon Kings 2-1, and their next stage is the big stage. And as one of the players, I think it was Weensy down there, the Melbourne Victories, a possibility to be playing. Central Coast Mariners, I could even go to, it's Wellington Phoenix, isn't it? Do we still class New Zealand as part of Australia, Tony? Why are they in our A-League? Can I ask
That's
you that
another
question?
story for another day.
They're our brothers.
Are they? Not for much longer, we hope. But anyway, well, no, I think their licence is due for expiry. So
bring some other clubs in, bring someone like the Comets, just to say, or Adelaide City.
That's right. Let's nurture our Australian players. If we can't get through our thick heads that Australian soccer is an export commodity. Look at Daniel Arzani, what he's doing.
Yep.
Right? Okay, maybe one marquee just to spice it up, but to me, I'd rather be blooding the young players and seeing the next Harry Kills come through and Mark Vidukas. I know I'm going back in the eras, but with a bit of luck, the Tommy Rogic, the Daniel Arzani could be our next best thing for the Socceroos, which, of course, kick off their campaign next weekend. Boys and girls, I think that's about it from the Live Streaming Australia crew here. We'd like to thank the whole team, young Peter and Chappie on our cameras, our boundary right Andrew Spelling today, our statistician Cassandra, with commentators Paul and Tony, and of course Bomber helping out Jimbo there in production, being our runaround man. So great team effort, and hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast as well at home or wherever you might have been watching. And well, we can say good luck to the Comets, and from here on in it's onward and upwards for the Comets. We'll see you next time, and enjoy. From the entire team of Live Streaming Australia, it's good evening.
See you, folks.
Can you tell him? Okay, come on. What's this? Apparently it was an epic jump. Smashed right through the laundry window. What? But your RAA home insurance covers accidental glass breakage.
Oh, yeah, right.
We do more. Get a quote today.